It's the Orioles on Masson, and we welcome you to lunch or brunch or a day game, whatever you want to call it. We are here at the Trop, and for the Orioles, it is the rubber match and a chance to take 2 out of 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. For the Orioles, they came away with a 5-0 win in the opener and almost pulled one out late in the ball game, but a 5-4 win for Tampa Bay creates the situation here on this day game. For the Orioles, always about that starting pitching. Ubaldo Jimenez, they will turn to today. It has been a roller coaster ride for the Orioles and Jimenez. Last good start, we go back to Toronto. One of the best outings of the year by any Orioles pitcher. He had everything working here, as in real estate. Location, location, location. He was able to work the pitch inside. Then, once he got ahead of hitters, as Jim's going to tell you in a minute, he was able to get some of these. So as a result, he worked 8 innings, no runs on a couple of hits. He had 8 strikeouts in the ballgame. That's the Ubaldo Jimenez that the Orioles keep waiting to show up on a consistent basis. Unfortunately, this season, that Jimenez has not been able to have back-to-back starts that have looked like the one he had in Toronto. So, Jim, looking at that game, hoping to repeat it, what's he got to do?
Well, I mean, he has to do what he did. He's got a 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, throw it for a strike, and you can see there a lot of those pitches, the splitter, when he gets ahead, hard pitch to throw. He's given up 22 home runs, 15 against left-handed hitters, and that's when the splitter kind of has to be not a strike to ball, but just to get it in the strike zone, it becomes hittable. But the interesting thing about that Toronto game is in the previous game, and that was against Tampa, down here he gave up 9 runs. So the inconsistency, that leads to the ERA of over 7 runs a game. And, again, when he's on and he throws strike ones, I mean, he works really hard. He's a terrific guy. I mean, 30 and 37 in the 4 years he's been here with an ERA of over 5 runs a game. But every once in a while, he'll, I think, almost surprise himself that he can be really, really good. And he needs to do that today because Cobb, he's had 2 bad outings. Orioles had one of them, and then you got to go back all the way to June. So he's pitched really well. The matchup favors Tampa Bay, but I've been out there enough to know that you don't win games on paper.
All right, we'll see what happens in this one in the rubber match. And when we come back, one of the newer Orioles who's really has established himself out of the bullpen. We'll talk with the young man from the Dominican Republic coming up. today we have a chance to meet with Miguel Castro. He has pitched a career-high 20 games, got his first major league win this year. He came without a lot of experience at the major league level. You see the numbers in games prior to this year, only 37, Toronto, Colorado, then 2016 just with Colorado. High ERA, gave up too many walks, opponent batting average high, but there has always been something special in the delivery of this young man. We had a chance to talk with him. Ramon Alarcon, who works in the translation department for the Orioles, was our translator in our discussion with him. I asked him, growing up in the Dominican, did you have a baseball hero from there? I wanted to ask you, the Dominican has had so many great ball players. When you were growing up playing baseball, did you have a hero from the Dominican Republic as a player?
Bueno, para mí siempre ha sido.
Pedro Martinez has always been my go-to guy, my hero. I just admire the way he goes about his business, the way he attacks the hitters. So Pedro is the big one for me.
Is that why did you always want to be a pitcher? And is Pedro the reason why you went to that position?
Bueno,
When I was playing Little League, I started as an outfielder. After I became 15 years old, 16 years old, I got involved in a program of baseball. So they turned me into a pitcher. That's how my pitching career started.
The Dominican, we see it in the World Baseball Classic, but baseball in the Dominican is so important and so exciting to watch players from the Dominican play. Can you talk about that a little bit, how important the game is in the Dominican Republic?
Bueno,
It starts as a child. Your parents introduce you to the game, they take you to a winter ball game, or they sign you up for a Little League game, and you just start falling in love because everybody around is doing the same thing. So it just catches up on you.
It looks like you have earned a spot here with the Orioles. Buck Showalter trusts you to go out on the mound to get outs. What's been the biggest improvement this year for you as a pitcher?
Bueno, nunca bajar la cabeza.
The main thing for me is never giving up, always going out there and trying hard and competing. That's how I earn people's trust and the manager's trust. If given the opportunity, I want to go out there, do my job to the best of my abilities, and not lose the focus of trying to do a good job every time out there.
I wanted to ask you about Toronto. You had a chance to play there. I think you were surprised by the number of Dominicans who were actually living there, and you really kind of loved the opportunity to be there. Can you talk a little bit about what that was like for you in Toronto?
Cuando me invitaron a entrenamiento de Grande Liga, yo
So
nunca supe que iba a
Toronto
ser
was a
equipo.
dream come true. At that time, obviously, they invited me to spring training. I had no idea, they had no idea that I was going to make the team. But when I made the team and I went to the city and found some Dominican teammates, that just helped me ease and transition into this new professional and major league role. So I'm really thankful for Toronto. I really like the city for
Dominicano,
sure.
cuando estaba Encarnación, José Reyes, Bautista, siempre la pequeña cosa que aún no sabía, pues ellos me lo dejaban saber y siempre estuvieron ahí.
Well, there you go. And I'll tell you what, the Orioles have acquired a lot of young pitchers. I don't know of any of them. When we talk about guys that you kind of just picked up that have this kind of talent. And again, if you start projecting, I've talked to a lot of scouts that down the road might even be a starter because he does have a changeup, does have a slider, does have a fastball. And that fastball anywhere from 95 to 99 just has to work on the mechanics and get some innings and experience. And boy, he has a bright future if he can stay healthy.
Miguel Castro started Double-A Bowie this year and then up to the Orioles. BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? Outside it is 90, humidity 65%, thunderstorms projected today. Inside the dome, it is 72 degrees. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. It'll be Jones, Machado, and Scope, Davis, Trumbo, and Mancini, Smith, Joseph, and Tejada. This season here at the Trop, 7 for 18 with 3 home runs for Trey Mancini.
Yeah, that lineup's going to face Alex Cobbs. They roughed him up in his last start against the Orioles. Manny Machado with a 3-run home run. That happened on the 2nd of July. He's been really pitching well. 4-seam fastball. He's got the knuckle curveball. He's thrown a lot more because the splitter, and that's his changeup, hadn't been that good. But in his last game, 99 pitches, 46 changeup. And he carried a 3-1 lead until the 9th inning. Faced 2 batters. Gallo hit a double. Chu hit a opposite field home run, so he gets a no decision. But Again, you go back, 21st start, he's only pitched poorly more than 4 runs twice all year long, coming off Tommy John surgery in 2015.
First starts of the season, he ended up going 4-5 in his first 12 games. The last 8 games, he's 4-1. His ERA is 2.35 in those games, and he dropped his WHIP down to .91 over the last 8 games, so it has gotten dramatically better for Alex Cobb.
Yeah, the home runs have come down after last year. I mean, he still says, at least, if you talk to him, hey, I'm not quite where I was before the Tommy John. But again, everybody talking about trade rumors, he's going to be a free agent unless they re-sign him. He's only 29. He looks like he's been able to, and coming back last year, pitched not very effectively, but this year he's proven to everybody that he certainly is going to give you a chance to win pretty much every time he goes to the mound.
Adam Jones, the Orioles leadoff batter, will stand in. Adam will start today with an 8-game hit streak, and what a great series. Hitting .500 in the series. RBI, 2 runs scored. Shift put on against him in the infield, and this is the rubber match of the 3-game set. Cobb with a delivery to open it up, and it'll be taken inside for a ball. Adam has gone 7 for 29 lifetime off Alex Cobb. Cobb with the 0-1 mark against the Orioles this year. Lifetime he is 4-2 against the Orioles and a 2.69 ERA against the Orioles. 1-0 delivery out of that herky-jerky windup, and it's 1-1.
Well, everybody has their kind of their pause right there. And, of course, you gather yourself over the pitching rubber. You use it to push off. You got a 10-inch mound. You try to throw downhill. And, I mean, that's his mechanism of really loading right there.
1-1 will be grounded towards short. Echeverria is up with it, makes the throw. One hop. Not a good throw at all, but a good play by Morrison.
Now, again, I mean, Morrison has been slumping, but he leads in home runs. He can also pick it. So let's go to the infield. Morrison, Beckham, Echeverria, and Longoria had a great last night. Ramos behind the plate. Then Dickerson back in the lineup. Smith moves from left to center, and then Souza Jr. playing in all 3 games. Even having a nice year with 20 home runs.
That'll bring up Manny Machado. Manny 3 for 8 in the series with the 3 RBIs. Machado and then Scope as the lineup for the Orioles. Pretty well stabilized here after the All-Star break. Cobb's delivery will be fouled off. Talking about his age at 29, an amazing number for this Tampa Bay team. This is the 500th consecutive Rays game started by a pitcher under 30. 500. That is the longest streak, as you might expect, in the majors.
Well, they developed their young guys. We talked about that for years.
0-1 pitch will be taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count from Cobb. Well, they obviously got to get rid of him because he's going to be 30 years old next year, and they can't break the streak.
You're right. I mean, that makes perfect sense. And, well, I mean, they're a small market team. They have the least amount of attendance in Major League Baseball on a yearly. So again, it's not that they don't spend money, but again, just think about it. It's a lot easier. I mean, perfect example. Ubaldo Jimenez is going to pitch against them. It was a 4-year deal for $50 million. Now, Cobb, I mean, they're young pitchers. You pay them as they progress. Yeah. So you don't have to go out and get them. You just develop them. And I think from a dollar and cent standpoint, if you're a small market team, that's the way to do it. And then again, their minor league program, we saw it with Faria last night. They get the good arms. They do a nice job of scouting them, and then they develop them, coach them up.
A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Cobb's delivery, tough to time him. Yeah. Manny has had a home run off. Had a couple off Cobb. 1 in July.
Yeah, again, I mean, a 3-run home run, and we saw last night, and you can see he's not happy with it. I mean, last night, if you think about the offense for the Rays, it was the 3-run home run by Beckham that turned the game around. 2-0 to 5-0.
That's how this team lives. Home runs. 2-2 delivery on the way. Manny will take it, and he's gone as it broke to the outside corner.
Yeah, again, a lot of change-ups last game, but 23 curveballs, 26 fastballs, and there's a hook. And again, when you don't have your splitter early on, and you do have a good curveball, You know, you talked about it on the cover of what, Sports Illustrated, Lance McCullers' spin rate. Not that many guys have the kind of quality curveball McCullers, or even in this case with Alex Cobb. And he can command it about as well as he can do all his other pitches.
This changeup has been his renowned pitch throughout his career prior to this year. Here's Jonathan Scope. He ladles it, but it's going to be foul. Way up above the foul pole. Wow. Got up into one of the rungs here of the lights. So yeah. Jonathan bidding for a home run.
Yeah, location is so important, as we know, and that ball was in so far he couldn't hit it anywhere but foul.
Delighted today, noontime, to have a noontime game number one. Secondly, that they got about 5,000 kids from camps here. And third, that they supplied those kids with thunder sticks. I mean, can there be a better day than that in baseball? Alex Cobb, here's the 0-1 delivery. And the breaking ball off speed is in there for a strike. Take a look at our StatCast powered by AWS.
Jonathan, you know, you lead the Orioles with 21 home runs. You want to hit a ground ball to right field, be my guess.
Now they move him over. Beckham goes back to the other side of second. 0-2 delivery on the way. That's to center field. Smith. I think Smith will put it away, and Cobb retires the side in order. The Orioles, Ubaldo Jimenez with the thunder stick sounding loud and so beautiful.
Aldo trying to get back on track. There it is, 4-seam, 2-seam. So that's what, about 55%, maybe a little bit more than that. Curveball, occasionally slider. That's the pitch that got in trouble. Gurriel hit it for a 3-run home run playing for the Astros. And then again, if he can get the 2-seam fastball for strike one, he can throw the splitter, strike the ball, and that's when he can be at his best. And, you know, again, you know, just don't know. If they get on, I mean, Smith is one of these guys. If he's going to try to bunt his way on, get on. He's had a nice series.
Alex Smith with a 2 for 6 in the series comes in with a 3-game hit streak and outstanding speed. Manny in at third. Chris Davis back in the ball game at first base, covering from the stomach problems he had last couple of days. Bunting again, like he was going to push that one straight out, and he bunts it foul. The count goes to 2 strikes. Take a look at our Coons.com league leaderboard. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Well, day games. How about right at noon games?
How would you know it's day?
Yeah,
it's the same as it did last night.
You know, it seemed like the lights just got brighter when the Rays came to the plate. No, I mean seriously.
I'm serious. Don't tell Buck that.
No, well, he knows.
He'll make the newspaper
Buck
again.
Knows
one
all.
more story about the Trop. And the 0-2 count.
Well, he had the heavy artillery out on Monday, and then he kind of backed off. He said, hey, they do the best they can with this, and they do. I mean, they don't draw that well, but the people here are terrific.
So that's a
no.
back of the
no,
hand.
well, no, they just. I mean, it's not in the right place. It needs to be across the bay. And I mean, that's been a given.
Is in
so,
the dirt.
You know, they've had good teams and whatever. It's hard to get here and whatever, but they do the best. I mean, when you talk about fan services and all, yeah, exactly.
Hey,
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, it's a dome.
Hey, 1-2 count. Smith with the infield backed up now. Jimenez with a 1-2 delivery, and he's going to miss it inside. Andy Fletcher is the home plate umpire. Contrary to last night when it was Hunter Wendelstedt, this is a hitter's umpire.
I think Maddox Smith probably, he goes, whew, held my breath, is that, because that could have been a strike, probably would have been last night.
2-2 pitch on the way inside. For Jimenez, this has not been an easy place to pitch for him. He's gone 2-3 here at the Trop, and a very high ERA of 6.67 in this ballpark. He's 0-1 against Tampa Bay this year. 5-3 lifetime. 3-2 delivery, and that one's going to be right off the end of the bat. Keeps the at-bat alive.
Yeah, the last time out, and again, it was right before the great start up in Toronto. 2 1/3 innings, 7 hits, and 9 runs. Yep.
He's had his shortest outings this year against Tampa Bay. April 24. He worked only 3 1/3 innings in that ball game. That'll go to short. Tejada will make the play and get Smith.
Yeah, take a look at the O's defense here at the Trop. Mancini, he's been all over the place. Jones and Smith playing in right field. Machado, who's put on a highlight film first couple of games. Tejada's played well. Scope, you know, Gold Glove caliber. Chris Davis back in the lineup, and then Caleb Joseph. So here's Manny. Nobody else makes this play. I mean, Longoria played really well last night, but again, the agility, the arm strength, you know, just the awareness. There he goes again. That was not an easy play with Beckham running.
He's had one of his best defensive series ever here in the first 2 games of this series. Jimenez delivery down low. We're talking about against Tampa Bay, that first outing 3 1/3, and then on June 29 he only went 2 1/3 and allowed 9 runs on 7 hits. So Tampa Bay's really beat him up in the 2 starts this year. 1-0 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch that time to Dickerson.
Yeah, Dickerson, Corey coming in, got the night off last night. 0 for his last 11.
He's had an 0 for 3 in this series. Dickerson getting the start in left field. Couple of home runs against the Orioles this year. The Orioles have the shift on against him. 1-1 delivery to him. Dickerson will take it, and that'll be down low. Home run hitting ball club that we have talked about. That Beckham home run last night, Jim said, proved to be the difference in the game. That's how this team has won. They are 3rd in the league with 144 homers. Orioles, though, are right behind them, 142. They're 5th. That ball's fouled off down the line.
Yeah, Astros lead it, and then the Rangers, the Orioles will go down there with the off day tomorrow. They had 157. Astros with 165. Yeah, their notes are terrific here. They give us this number: 38.7% of the time the Astros or the Rays, they either strike out, walk, or hit home runs. It's been astounding. So
batting .250 since the break for Dickerson, and the pitch will come inside. So Ubaldo missing up and in at 92 and a full count.
It's kind of like a money ball offense.
Yeah,
you know, where they want them, you know, don't hit in the double plays, don't steal. I mean, they got, you know, Smith's got 15 steals. Kiermaier's got 10, but he's going down to rehab down at Charlotte.
Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be up high. So the first walk, and that's the 45th walk. He is 7th in walks, 7th high for Jimenez. Well, let's take a look at what's going on. MassSports.com, our blog recap presented by PNC. Rockamacco updating the Zach Britton situation deal-wise, and on Ubaldo's start. Steve Molesky takes a look at a rally that falls short and some prospect talk. Those in the Oriole minor league system. So the runner on, Dickerson brings Longoria to the plate. Longoria with a 2 for 7 in the series. He's 5 for 19 with a home run off Jimenez, and he'll go after the first pitch and foul it away.
Yeah, for Ubaldo, it's we talk about strike one, and it's not about velocity, it's about movement. And again, when he has to really throw, pitch in the middle of the plate at 90-91, very hittable. When he's able to get ahead and then pitch off the corners like that, but doesn't get the pitch, and that's where he's become very effective.
Longoria, the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Jimenez, one of the few Orioles starters, the Orioles starter, has got a higher ERA at home than on the road. He's 8.42 at home, 6.39 in road games, 3 and 4 on the road this year. That one has to be blocked by Caleb Joseph, and first 3 hitters here, the ball goes all over the place. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, he went 3 and 2 on Smith, got the ground ball, right, got a splitter in the dirt right here because he knows Longoria. I mean, if you watch the game, hang a slider like he did to Gurriel of the Astros. He hit one down the left field line for a double. He also went the other way with a single in Monday night's game. So he can use the whole field.
2-1 delivery on the way to him, and that will be in the outside corner for a strike. Longoria, a little shake of the head on it, and the count goes to 2-2.
I think this is almost an acknowledgement of how good a pitch it was, or maybe I guess there's one that might have gone either way. That overhead camera doesn't lie, does it?
2-2 delivery, and that'll be taken, and another full count. Evans had 11 RBIs over the last 17 games for Longoria. He's had a big RBI year against the Orioles, 9 driven in this the 12th game these two teams are playing. The Orioles have a 6-5 edge on Tampa Bay this year. Runner goes 3-2 up the middle. That's going to be a base hit, and with Dickerson going, he'll go to third. Adam will get it back in. Longoria single, and the Rays cover the corners here in the first inning with 1 out.
Yeah, you get to 3 and 2, and Kevin Cash, former catcher, knows, hey, you got to throw a strike so you can start the runner, stay out of the double play if it's at one of your infielders. And then Turf right here hits it hard enough. Scope can't get it. Dickerson, because he's running easily, creates the first and third situation.
So first and third for Logan Morrison. Morrison, leader, RBIs, home runs. Morrison has not had a hit in his last 12 times up, and he's not had a home run in his last 7 ball games, his longest streak of the season. He too was out of the game last night with a left-hander starting.
Yeah, what, 246 in July, but 4 home runs, and what is he, 5 for 11?
Pitch is grounded to third base. Runner coming. Manny Machado will go to second. They'll get one. Jonathan to first. And there's the big double play. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. The defense comes to the fore yet one more time. No score after 1. Greer from Glen Burnie, 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs went up to 50,000. Or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Go to mdlottery.com/homerun. And Ronald, good luck. Orioles turning their 102nd double play. They are 4th in the American League in double plays turn. And they welcome back to the plate and to first base Chris Davis back in the cleanup spot. Out for a couple days with a stomach problem. It felt strong enough today when he came in, told Buck, yep, I'm a go. And so here he is. He has gone just 2 for 18 lifetime against Cobb, obviously missing the first 2 games of this series.
Well, he brings power, and you know, again, if I was pitching against the Orioles, he's the type of hitter you always know where he is. You know, you see the shadow when he's on deck, especially at home plate. Yeah, you can strike him out, but he can one swing change the game. And
he'll try it right there.
Yeah.
Cobb getting one in off speed on Davis. Chris, with all the time missed, playing in his 72nd game as the Orioles in their 101st game of the year. And the pitch will be taken down low off the plate.
Yeah, well, it hurt the oblique in Chicago on the 16th of, actually make it the 12th of June, and then missed almost, what, 32, 33 days. Big game against Texas with a couple of home runs.
1-1 delivery to him. Cobb turns one over that will miss outside. Slow, slower, and slowest has generally been the modus operandi for Cobb, and successfully so. 48 wins, 31 losses in his career. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's their first strike.
Yeah, that was almost a BP fastball at 87. Yeah, he used to throw 93, 94 before the Tommy John. I think that's when he talks about maybe not quite all the way back, but well, you talk to people on the fly because he didn't have the good splitter, used his curveball more. Now all of a sudden, maybe the arm strength coming back, using the splitter more, which is an effective pitch.
2-2 delivery to Davis, and jammed him mightily at 92.
Yeah, but again, can you locate the ball? And all you got to do is look at Wilson Ramos and where's the glove go and where does he throw it? Up and in. And again, can't get to it. And it's only on the inside third. A great angle right here. And, you know, again, you got to hit that ball so far out in front that if your swing is long or you have that uppercut, it just doesn't stay on the plane quite long enough to catch up.
Generally does not strike out many. Strikeouts are a little over 5 a ball game. Here's Trumbo. Mark's had a tough month in July average wise at 210, but he has picked up 6 home runs this month back in the DH role. 333 hitter, 5 for 15 with a home run lifetime off the 29-year-old Cobb. 1-0 delivery. Trumbo waiting on it. It bends in for a strike.
Yeah, we talked about how Manny hit a 3-run home run. This is just a fastball down and in, and he drives it. It's only a solo job. You can live with that. But the 3 runners, boy, they stay with you.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Jammed him. He got a round on it, but it's going to be a foul way back.
Little changeup that he yanks foul.
One of the slowest pitchers in the majors to go along with the windup, which in and of itself is slow. Averages 26 seconds between pitches. Only Yu Darvish and Jason Hammel are slower in their approach to the plate than is Cobb.
Well, they also, I think Tampa did this study that if you throw 26, 27 seconds between pitches, you can actually throw harder. And again, if you run that over the course of a season, it might drive people crazy, but it also might save you 10 runs.
2 ball, 2 strike count.
I just think anytime I just imagine in the old days you used to throw 120 to 160, 70 pitches, whatever you had to throw, and if you rub the ball up like he does, I mean, what does that do to your flexors and your wrists and your hands? I mean,
2-2 delivery. Trumbo goes after Heat upstairs.
Again, the ability with movement, not always about velocity. Thought he was, he had one pitch to hit it foul, and then all of a sudden, just like he did to Davis, just goes up the ladder. So moving it around, all 4 quadrants. Right on the corner.
Oh. Mentioned strikeouts, that's 3 of them. The average is 5.77. That's the 9th lowest per innings pitched in the league. Fair ball, Longoria. See, I can do that. His buddy over there at third base for the Orioles has made some of those plays, and so can Longoria. Is $15 still available. To get yours, go to Orioles.com, or you can call 888-848-BIRD. Red Sox playing on the West Coast have continued to struggle. Lost an extra inning ball game last night against Seattle, which is a red-hot team right now. So the division standings, the Red Sox are a game up on the Yankees, who won yesterday. Tampa Bay is just 2.5 out. The Orioles are 6, and Toronto 8 in the American League East. The Red Sox have lost 4 in a row.
Yep. But how about having more losses than the Yankees now? Yep. So they went out and got Nunez, Eduardo Nunez, to play third base. Made that trade last night.
Pitch on the way to Souza is in there for a strike. 2 for 6 in the series. Philip Souza Jr. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs against the Orioles this year with power. 0-1 will take it for a strike.
Well, he's been able to relatively stay healthy. I mean, he did hurt his hip out in Oakland, and he had a left hip surgery last year. More home runs than he's ever hit. We acquired him from the Washington Nationals in 2014, and
got a strike on him, and that's the first K for Ubaldo.
I mean, 90 right down the middle, and it's almost like, okay, I know it's brunch time, but there's the target, and it ends up pretty much right down the middle, and he just takes it.
So the first strikeout for Jimenez. Brad Miller getting the start as the DH again. Tough season against the Orioles. 3 for 18. 2 for 7 in this series. 1 down, nobody on, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
Well, I always talk about, for a lot of pitchers, and Ubaldo one of them, first inning can be tough. Different mound, different strike zone, hitters, it counts. So he gets out of it. I mean, it's a great pitch to Logan Morrison to get the double play ball, and you're just hoping now he can, I don't think he ever, when you're pitching against Alex Cobbs, coast along, but, can kind of get into a more of a rhythm.
1-1 delivery off the end of the bat. Manny Machado will give the long chase, and it'll be in the seats. Manny will greet a fan on the way by. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Jimenez looking for win number 5. The team has gone 8-7 in the 15 starts he's made. He's also worked in 5 games as a reliever. He comes in giving up the 3rd most earned runs in the league, tied for 7th in home runs surrendered, 22. 1-2 pitch on the way, and got him to chase. Somehow he fouled that off. He was leaning out of the box, but Miller got the bat just out far enough to tick it.
Yep, that's what you try to do. A little splitter that dives down and away. Try to hope to get a better pitch down the road.
Right-handers 1-2 delivery. Brad Miller will take that up high.
Yeah, he's such a good. I mean, most lefties like the ball down. Not that he can't hit that pitch, but over the years, and we talked about it Monday, hit more home runs last year, 30, than he did in his first couple of years with Seattle after getting traded to the Rays.
And that one he'll take inside. Couple pretty good pitches taken, and the count goes to 3-2.
But see, already, I mean, you're working here top, but through the first 2 innings, 22 pitches. Ubaldo already 30, 13 strikes. Actually make it 13 balls, 17 strikes.
And Miller will go to second base on the big hop. Jonathan Scope over to Davis. 2 down here in the second inning. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Great to see Wilson Ramos come out of the dugout, pinch hit in the ball game last night, and now back in the lineup as a catcher after that head laceration. 6 staples taken in game 1, 5th inning of this series, on a Ruben Tejada bat that broke, and the barrel of it came right on the top of the head, the mask and helmet of Ramos. He will take the pitch down low for a ball. So he's had only 3 at-bats in this series and has gone 0 for 3.
Certainly capable, coming off a 22-year home run year with the Nationals, then the knee operation.
Reaching and fouls it back. And Jimenez evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Left-handers, of course, with that .301 batting average against him. Kevin Cash has put the lefties in the lineup for today's game. It's Smith and Dickerson, Morrison, Miller, all left-handed hitters down the line, and another one that's going to be a souvenir.
Yeah, I think the home run total at 301, but the 15 out of the 22 home runs by lefties, home runs up for Ubaldo this year. But you go to the last start, it was the Gurriel, a right-handed hitter, hit the slider and just barely got it into the seats of Camden Yards. 3-run home run really changed the game.
1-2 delivery on the inside corner, and another solid inning. A couple of strikeouts both in this inning as he sets down the Rays. 1-2-3. They got Chris Sale going. Victory for the Blue Jays either today or Thursday is going to be their first series victory since the All-Star break. They are at home against Oakland. And Severino will go for the Yankees. Those are the numbers. Try for his 4th straight quality start against the Reds, coming off 7 scoreless at Seattle on Thursday. Yankees are at home. In the East, no score in this one. Orioles will bat against Cobb, Smith, Joseph, and Tejada. Seth again getting in the lineup with good numbers against the opposing pitcher. 5 for 18 lifetime off Cobb. shift on against him, and he'll take it for a strike.
Well, there's the hook, and he's gotten himself ahead in the count. If he gets behind, he'll throw it. So now, apparently, you read all the articles about the spin rate, and he's got it. I mean, that's a tough. I always thought it was a tough pitch to throw, but again, the reinvention of Alex Cobb after the Tommy John is that he always had it. He just didn't use it as much, and now it's been very effective.
Smith waiting on it. That's on the inside corner at 81.
You know, he reminds me, that curveball reminds me of a Hall of Fame curveball, and that's Don Sutton. You know, Don had that tight curveball. He could throw it for a strike. He could cut the ball in on you. He ended up winning well over 300 games doing that.
Longoria goes to the second base side. 0-2 delivery on the way, and a foul ball. Seth fouling that one off. A lot of starts for Seth Smith for the Orioles that have just kind of prepped up as the season's gone along. It's his 72nd game, 11 home runs, 22 RBIs. That's where he's put them. He has given the Orioles, I think, not only what they hoped they would get, but a little more.
Yeah, he had the injury early on in spring training, and then had some back problems, so that slowed him down a little bit.
0-2 just missed.
But you know, we've seen him. He can hit the ball left center. He can hit for power. He's a better outfielder than when you don't see a guy on a daily basis, you go into Seattle or when you played for Colorado, you go, okay, not bad, but he's acquitted himself well there. Not going to steal bases, but he runs the bases, knows how to do that.
Delivery to Seth is going to be a bouncer, and Cobb will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith trying to get on to lead it off here. Cobb's retired a very high 75% of leadoff batters this year. That's about as high as you'll see for any starting pitcher in the major leagues. Boy, does that help the cause to get that first guy out.
Oh, he's going to be a sought-after free agent, no doubt about it. If they let him go that far. And
2-2 delivery on the way, and there's another strikeout. He's got 4.
And you got and tell you how good the curveball is. Seth Smith can hit a little bit. He got to see 4 of them, but this is the 4th, and it's the best of the bunch. You think it's going to be over the plate, and just swoops down underneath the bat head. Take a look right there. Again, there's the spin rate we always talk about now, and can you get on top of it? Does it go down? Does it stay in the strike zone very long? And the answer from Cobb, no.
Caleb Joseph, a 4 for 10 lifetime off Cobb. Caleb behind the plate 2 of the 3 in this series, and he's had a 1 for 4. Cobb has struck out this year as many as 7. He's done that in 3 separate ball games, but you got to go back into April. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be on the outside corner for a strike. He's dealing right now. Having so much confidence in what he's throwing, he's actually speeding up his delivery a little bit.
Well, he throws the unexpected. If you're going up to hit against him, you know he's got a curveball. You know he's got the split changeup. You know he's got a 2-seam fastball that moves. About 91 to 92.
That's going to go up the middle base hit, and they had just moved the shift. Had they stayed in the shift that they started with, they would have been able to play that. But Beckham was moved over to the other side of second base, and it ends up being a single.
Yeah, I think Alex is kind of looking at him. So this is what you talked about, Gary. He started out slow. Because again, Tommy John in 2015, last year at the end, he got the pitch, and then he's gotten progressively better as the season's going along, and very consistent.
So the Orioles get their first base runner, single by Caleb Joseph, who continues hot. And that'll bring up Tejada. Tejada has had the outstanding July, 316 this month, raising his season average to 258. He's had a couple of at-bats against Cobb, 1 for 2. Caleb will be held by Morrison with 1 away. Each team now with 1 hit. Pitch will be inside for a ball. Ruben Tejada has become a stable now in the Orioles lineup. J.J. Hardy is going to be seeing a hand doctor to take a look at the injury, hopefully with a real good progress report. He hopes to be back end of August. 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball down low. scuffed the plate 2-0.
Yeah, I was talking to him in the training room, and you know, he said when he got hit by the pitch, his wrist actually folded, and he said that they're working on the flexibility, the strength, and that's why he's going to see the hand guy to see when he can take that a little bit farther. But that's gotten a lot better. But it was, I mean, it was almost like a sudden thing when, you know, he had the chip fracture. It just allowed his arm. Just imagine your hand folding forward towards the palm of your hand, and you know, that's apparently where the break was.
2-0 count. Out down to third. Evan Longoria going to go for one, going to go for two. They get it. How to not have fleet of foot. So they turn the double play. No runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Going to the bottom of the third. The defense making a difference early in this game. To that tremendous start in the first month. You see the 4.19, a 4.39 run production though, and then in May ERA picks up a little bit, really jumps in June, dropped it a little bit here in July. They've been able to produce some runs, but they are 9-12 in the month of July.
Yeah, only one winning month, and that was April. You know, and even in July, the numbers are actually, I mean, they only scored 3 runs in the first 3 games they played up in Milwaukee. And so again, lately the offense has been pretty good. We saw a little bit of that last night when they came roaring back, almost able to tie the game in the 8th and 9th innings, losing 5-4.
Jimenez with 1 walk, 2 strikeouts gets Beckham. That's a Maria, and the top of the order Smith. Beckham with a 2 for 7, but one of those 2, the home run, resulting in 3 RBIs in the ball game last night. Aldo's delivery to him is a strike on the inside corner. With a home run yesterday, Beckham now has got 5 in his career against the Orioles. That's the most he's had against any opponent. He's also had 5 against Oakland, Miami, Detroit, and Toronto. He's only 2 for his last 22 at the plate. In the air to center, Adam Jones. One away here in the third. On Friday, join the O's Zone Rally team presented by Budweiser 5-7. Sunset Cove in Bowley's Quarters, featuring the former Orioles pitcher Rick Privda and the Oriole Bird. For complete details and rally information, go to Orioles.com/rallies. One away, number 9 hitter. Echeverria, the shortstop, 1 for 6 in the series, but he is 4 for 5 against Jimenez. They dropped the breaking ball in at 74 to start him out with a strike.
Well, again, that 1 inning, a double play gets him out of the first, and then you just hope he gets your rhythm. And I think if you do your homework, you know you have to pitch well against Alex Cobb. He's been that good. And you hope that he has a bad day, and you can just do the things. And the one thing about Ubaldo at his age and all the experience and whatever, he knows what he needs to do. He dropped down on Wilson Ramos and struck him out. Tried to do it on That's a Maria and missed.
One ball, two strike delivery. Baldo will bounce that one out in front of the plate. Caleb putting the body in front of that one. Count goes to 2-2. It's a Maria against the Orioles. 5 for 15 on the year. Carries a .354 lifetime average against the Orioles. Limited at bat. 2-2 delivery on the way. Baldo got it in. Foul tipped into the mitt. Strikeout number 3.
Well, you talked about, we showed you, at least in the opening, if you were with us, why he pitched so well in Toronto. This pitch right here. The splitter. And the ball just tumbles from strike to ball. Maria just swings right over it.
So 3 strikeouts in the last 5 Tampa Bay hitters. They, of course, are the team that strikes out more than anybody else. And again, Smith, as he did in his first at bat, threatens bunt. That brings Manny Machado in at third. He ended up not getting a bunt down and then grounded out to short. Smith's got a 5-game hit streak entering today's game. Manny stays in, so does Davis. Swinging away on this one, though, and fouls it off. He's had 4 hits in his last 11 at bats during the streak.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when Kiermaier comes back, you know, what his role will be on this team. I mean, I think he showed him a little bit. He can play a little bit up here. You know, speedster, over 80 steals in the minor leagues 1 year.
Strike right there.
It reminds me very much of Al Bumber. You know, of course, Al came up through the minor leagues after being a platoon leader in Vietnam. Hit .345 in Double-A, .347 in Triple-A, and then .337 in Rookie of the Year in about 3 years. And he's never done that. But the one thing, I think Al in Triple-A stole 32 bases, got caught 5 times. So Smith maybe not the highest average at .292, but he can, if he gets on, he can make things happen.
Lots and lots of stolen bases picked up. 60 in the minors, 60 out of 71. And his minor league average career .297 that covered 5 years in the minors. Malik Smith is only just turned 24 years old, from Florida, out of Tallahassee. 1 ball, 2 strike count on him, 2 down, nobody on. Jimenez delivers to him, and that'll be swung on a miss. Boy, Baldo mowing him down. So each pitcher with 4 strikeouts, 2 more in this inning, remains zip. Lineup ever. Shop, choose Nissan.com. Good day to be at the beach here in Florida. Temperature again going to be up in the mid to upper 90s. Humidity way up, or inside where it's 72 degrees.
Yeah, this is Of course, you got the noise factor here, but you can always, it's kind of like hunting season when you can go, look down and see all the orange or the red. Oriole fans that trek down here to the Trop.
A little tougher today because a number of the kids' camps have orange shirts on scattered around the ballpark here at the Trop. Back to the top of the order. Only 9 faced through 3 by Cobb. 1 hit, Joseph, but that got taken out on a double play. Adam Jones grounded out his first time up. 8-game hit streak for Adam. 277 lifetime batting average coming into this season. Jonesy would like to raise that one up a little bit, and the way he's hitting right now, he's going to do just that.
Well, and the average has gone up because he's using right field. It seems like the minute he moved him to the leadoff spot, he figures, okay, I can go the other way, and he can. It just makes you a better hitter. And I always felt the guys that use the whole field are the tougher guys to get out. I mean, if you look at that, yeah, they play their shift in the infield. We've seen him hit balls. I mean, he can hit balls right up here. And maybe that's what you want early in the count, the ability to hit home runs if you're Alex Cobb. But if you lead off an inning and hit a routine ground ball second base, nobody's playing there, maybe it can lead to a big inning.
Skipped that one out in front of the plate. Adam during the hit streak. The big 474 batting average over the last 8 games. Now this 8-game hit streak is the longest that he has had this year. He had one earlier of 7. He bested that last night. He had driven in a run, season high 6 straight games for him. That one to third, and Longoria snares it in fair territory, says the third base umpire.
Yeah, kind of playing the line, and then the fact that, so you can see right here, is he in the set position? He is, and then, boy, you can see the quick feet and the movement. The other thing is it's off the end of the bat, so not hit as hard as we've seen Adam hit him over the last 10 days, 12 days.
And it'll bring up Manny Machado. Manny and Longoria put on a pretty good show combined. The plays at third base. They are good friends, and both of them outstanding third basemen. Manny, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Machado's 233 off the Rays pitchers this year. Down to third, but this one is foul. Did he shatter the bat? And it sounded like it.
Again, that ball probably about 8 inches, 10 inches inside. It's almost like, the splitter, and especially the curveball, has been so good. You see a fastball, you're swinging at it. We've seen Trumbo hit one foul. We've seen Scope hit one foul. But the balls have not been anywhere but inside or on the corner away. So
locating well.
Yeah, it really is. And one of the keys to pitching is can you stay out of the sweet spot of home plate, which is somewhere in the middle.
0-1 count on Manny. Cobb's delivery, another one that got inside, and it's fair. Lobs it over, and Manny's retired on a comebacker. 2 down here in the 4th inning. Let's take a look at our PNC minor league report. PNC for the achiever in you.
Well, the son of Rafael Palmeiro, so boy, congratulations. So again, having a nice year, 5-game hitting streak, as you can see, RBIs. So again, the 7th round pick out of North Carolina State.
Great college program at NC State.
Yeah.
2 down, nobody on here in the 4th inning. Jonathan Scope coming up. Jonathan flied out to center field. Only 1 hit in the series, 1 for 8. Scopey's not had a lot of luck here in this ballpark. 229 career average. He and Manny both have not done well here at the Trop. Manny's got a 189 average in this ballpark, and Scopey at 229.
Well, that's probably threefold. Tough place to hit.
Good pitching.
Yeah, good pitching. More foul territory.
Cobb just dealing here at 86 on that one.
Yeah, entirely different. Not that you can't hit home runs here, because as you mentioned, they have 144 more on the road than here. But again, the foul territory, that's huge. I mean, balls that are in the seats, here are outs on occasion, more occasions.
Cobb with a 1-1 delivery. Each team with a hit, 0-1-0. Those are the numbers. Pitchers, Cobb and Jimenez controlling the first 3 innings. Evaldo only 1 over the minimum through 3, And Cobb has faced the minimum so far with 2 down here in the 4th inning. Ubaldo giving up a hit to Longoria, single in the 1st. Cobb giving up the single to Joseph in the 2nd. Right-hander with a 2-1 inside to it.
Yeah, that's that split change, and that's what he got Adam out on. That's what he got Manny out. So again, right here, 3-1. You talk about it all the time. There is no such thing with Alex Cobb as a fastball count.
3 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that's a chopped foul again. He's really coming in on these right-handers.
Well, we told you in his last game, and you know, early in the year, more curveballs than splitters, and you know, maybe it's the Tommy John, whatever. But in his last start, 99 pitches, had a 3-1 lead going into the 9th. 46 of them. What the pitch we just saw.
That's the pitch of choice. Whatever's working. Thundersticks in action. 3-2 delivery to center field, hit hard, going back for it is Smith, and looking, and goodbye, home run right over the 404 mark and off the back wall. And the Orioles, Jonathan Schoop delivers the long ball to give the Orioles a 1-0 lead, his 22nd.
Yeah, leads the Orioles, and I tell you what, the ability to backspin the ball. Now, does he get a good pitch to hit? Of course, it's a hanging splitter. And then again, Cobb going, well, I don't want to walk him, even though I think right now he's saying maybe I should have.
Jonathan, another long ball, his 4th home run against the Rays this year. He continues his climb on the in the home run charts.
Well, 25 home runs last year, so he's almost hit as many.
We're
not even in August.
Davis.
Yeah. Watch this. There's your split finger. And look at where it is, right down the middle, and the bat path from Jonathan Schoop this year has been something special. I mean, right here, if you're Alex Cobb, you know this ball's not staying in the park.
16th home run surrendered by Cobb this year. Davis will take it away. So Schoop now has moved into the number 9 spot in our home runs, tied for 9th with Mike Napoli. And runs batted in, he's got 72. That's 3rd best behind Cruz and Judge in the league. Fastball, Davis trying to connect on it, 2-1. Well, the Orioles have now hit a home run in 10 consecutive ball games. They are using the long ball, as Tampa Bay does, to get runs up on the board. 2-1 delivery by Cobb. Davis takes it up high. And there's the change in the defense again. 3-1. Echeverria, shortstop, moves back to the shortstop side. Longoria goes to the second base side. And Davis on the off-speed delivery way out in front.
Yeah, I'm surprised they do that. I would think that, you know, if you're playing him to hit the ground ball to the right side, you'd have your fleetest, not that Longoria can't pick it, but, you know, move your shortstop over to the other side, even though your 3-1 count is usually a pull count. But they have their reasons.
Charts must show something on Chris on those counts. 3-2 with 2 down. Cobb's pitch to Davis, and he walked it. First walk surrendered by Cobb.
Yeah, so finally a couple of deep counts, got behind Schoop, had to throw him a 3-2 changeup, hung it, home run. But not too many hitters counts into the 4th. Changing it a little bit here.
That'll bring Mark Trumbo. Trumbo, strikeout victim, his first time up. The DH for the Orioles with a 1 for 10 in this series. He's had 2 home runs this year, 5 RBIs against Tampa Bay. Davis at first, and foul back again, trying to find a fastball to log on to.
Well, he got one, but it's just a shade high. I mean, the one thing about Mark Trumbo, if you wander into the ballpark hitting tunnels, he's usually going to be there about as early as anybody. In fact, he beat the hitting coaches there today. He was in there with Johnny Giavotella, and Joey Rickard. Howie Clark walks in. He goes, "Hey, where you been?"
0-1 again, looking for heat, and he got it. And again, foul back, and that's why he's unhappy with himself. That's one of the few times Cobb has gone back-to-back with fastballs.
Well, he does care, and again, coming off his best year ever.
There's Howie on the right.
Yep.
Via the Bella. 0-2 with 2 down. Big hole right side. Davis off first. Cobb's pitch slash to short. Echeverria will go to second base. Beckham there. But the Orioles get the lead. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Jonathan Schoop with his 22nd home run continues what he did in the first half and the second half. Produce. Baseball brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Waterfront, downtown Tampa. That beautiful, I think it was a 3-masted schooner. Jonathan Schoop, the home run. And the Orioles have the 1-0 lead. First home run he's had off Cobb in his career. So Jimenez gets something to work with as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Dickerson drew a walk, followed by Longoria and Morrison for the Rays. Larry Dickerson wanted to go, held up, takes a strike.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle. What their notes tell us: 1 home run in his last 91 at bats. Great start to the year. Tremendous power, and doesn't matter what part of the ballpark.
0-1 pitch to him. Dickerson among the leaders in the American League. He's 6th in home runs, or Morrison is rather. Dickerson has had the one who's on base percentage and RBI production. He and Logan Morrison have led this ball club in those departments. He's a guy who does not get cheated at the plate. 1-1 delivery, doesn't take a lot of pitches. Foul back, 1-2.
Yeah, but that pitch right there, I mean, that's, you know, we talked about the 22 home runs that Ubaldo gave up. That's a home run pitch, and he fouled it off. So now, of course, you know, self-evaluation, big part of pitching. Hey, I've got to read the bat. You just missed a home run, need to make a better pitch. And you're in the count to be able to do it at 1-2.
Dickerson is 3rd in hits in the league. Fouls that one back as well on a fastball. And the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes on Dickerson.
Well, the other thing he's been able to do for Kevin Cash, his manager, is that, you know, came in at hitting over 320 against lefties. He didn't play last night. But again, the capability, after coming over from Colorado last year and hitting 245, even though he did hit home run, hit 24.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch by Jimenez is right there. I mean, just watched it go by, and Ubaldo's got 5 strikeouts.
Well, that's what he did up in Toronto. He was able to mix his pitches up, and then watch this ball run. He gives up on it, and that 2-seamer runs back just enough, and then the other thing is you got a pitcher or a hitter that's struggling at the plate, so he's not seeing the ball as well as he usually does.
Season high in strikeouts is 8 for Ubaldo against Toronto in that game we talked about at the open of the broadcast. 1 down, nobody on. Pitch will be scooped as it went outside. Longoria has picked up the only hit for the Rays, a base hit in the 1st inning. Ubaldo now has 3 consecutive strikeouts. Longoria will pop that one back, and that'll be over the screen behind home plate. A 1-ball, 1-strike count on Longoria. Jimenez on the uptick in this ball game. He hopes he can carry through here. Length has also been a problem for him. Distance is gone. 1-1 and a good heater up and in at 89.
Well, you look at the pitch count, and then you can, obviously it's how well you're pitching right here. Fastball, you're going to throw it right by him, right to where the glove of Caleb Joseph is. But 18 pitches in an inning, that's going to get that pitch count up.
Longoria will take one. That's there in the outside corner, and a strikeout. Number 6.
Jerry, he would not have a 7.19 ERA if he could make this pitch. I mean, this is a pitcher's pitch. Again, what are you throwing to? Watch this target. Watch where the ball goes. I mean, it's textbook right here. Right on the outside corner. And again, the plate's 17 inches, but you can get that extra 2 inches in and out. Makes the plate almost 22 inches if you can get the edge of the ball on it.
Well, he's struck out 4 in a row, 6 in the game. Here's Morrison into a double play his first time up. Home run threat. Takes a strike.
Well, that was the key at bat in this game for them. I mean, a guy that comes in red hot, as far, 6 for 11 with a home run and 6 RBIs against Ubaldo, and he gets the double play ball. Huge.
Career high 26 homers. Career high 59 walks. And that will be fouled away. You can tell by the reaction of the Tampa Bay hitters against Ubaldo how good he is, and so far in this game, as they walk away kind of shaking their heads on pitches they're not expecting, or pitches they think they should have hit and can't quite get to. Morrison took a little while after that one with the count at 0-2. Shift on, scope way out in right field. 0-2 delivery to him, tucked inside, 1-2.
Well, it's a purpose pitch. And again, to me, it's not a wasted pitch. I mean, it's up and in. If you're going to try to throw him a splitter down and away, because he's got power again. I mean, he's got straightaway power. So again, struggled in the first inning. You could see from the pitch count with 21, and then very efficient to this point.
And the pitch is just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 61 RBIs picked up by Logan Morrison, and of those, 41 have come on the home run. That's how vital that has been for he and the Rays.
Well, what he will do is take a walk. He does lead this club in base on balls, and you get an idea right there. He knows pretty much what the strike zone is.
2 ball, 2 strike count with 2 down. And as delivers to him, bounces one.
Hey, you kind of look on deck with 2 outs, and you're going, okay, you can't give in to Logan Morrison, because again, he can hit any pitch you throw out because he's that strong, and you see 20 home runs in a 1-0 game waiting on deck. And so again, the ability, can you make a quality pitch somewhere where he can't drive the ball in this count? A lot of times that's what pitching comes down to.
3 ball, 2 strike count with 2 away. Morrison will pop that one up, and Machado's the only one there. So Ubaldo fills the gap and makes the catch. Covering his own infield, Ubaldo Jimenez, he retires the side in order.
2 games. So the Orioles. So yeah, through the year. I mean, so again, obviously this year, great start. Mancini, a rookie. Caleb Joseph, no RBIs last year. He's making up for that. And Jonathan Scope having a career year, all-star game for the first time. And then how about 1980? Let it be Lowenstein. Al Bumbry.
Pretty good collection of names to be joined. See if they can carry it through the year.
Let's see, 1980. The Orioles win 100 games. No wild card. Yankees win under Dick Hauser 103. That was a tough year.
Trey Mancini will lead it off for the Orioles. Grounded out his first time up. 3rd best average against right-handers in the league. 333. Altuve and Segura, the only 2 ahead of him. Alex Cobb delivers to him. Mancini takes it for a strike.
Yeah, all you got to do is look at their defense, because this is a team that shifts a lot, and you can see this guy hits the ball everywhere. This is old school right here. I mean, you got your center fielder a couple steps to right, but you got Beckham at second, playing where we usually play right-handed hitters because his ability to hit ground balls into right field or drive the ball to the opposite field. Saw last night. Faria pitches a great game. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is a young kid that, I mean, he's done exactly what he was billed as. Hit the ball all over the place, drive it up the gaps, home run power.
1-1 delivery on the way to him, and that will be taken for his strike on the inside corner. Mancini got one done in the ball game last night in the 6th.
Yeah, 5-1 turns out to be 5-2. Faria needed to throw a strike, and when he does, you can see right there, 3 of the last 4 against the Rays.
So Trey was 16 home runs on the year, and 3 of those 16 have come against Tampa Bay. 2-ball, 2-strike count on it. Orioles looking to get the leadoff man on. They've not had leadoff man on yet. Cobb with a 2-2 delivery on the way, and he'll go after one down the line in right field, and that's going to go to the kids. Count will stay at 2-2.
Well, they called the paper after the Orioles shut out the Rays on Monday night, called what their offense was somnolent, kind of sleepy, dozing, whatever.
Much like today.
Yeah. Last night, of course, they get 5 in the second, turned it around.
2-2 delivery by Cobb, and jammed him, and he'll fight that one off as well.
Because I'm reading that yesterday morning, and I'm thinking about when Howard Cosell used to do Monday night baseball with Bob Uecker, who we saw in Milwaukee, a long-time broadcaster. And Uecker said something humorous, and Howard looked at him. Are you being truculent with me? And Uecker said, you mean the truck I lent you or the truck you lent me?
That would be you. And that would be Howard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
2-2 delivery on the way. Mancini will go down on a great pitch down and away.
Yeah, I think
5 for Cobb.
Yeah, the splitter. This time it's not up like it was to Scope, but I think that the pitch that got to 2 strikes was that fastball down and in. He didn't agree with the call, but it allows to him where he can use that changeup, and he doesn't have to throw it for a strike. Trey chases it in the dirt. And there's your splitter, and you think it's going to stay a little bit higher than it ends up.
Retires the leadoff batter in the 5th inning. Seth Smith, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Shift on against him. Orioles after this one will head to Texas. A day off tomorrow. It'll be Tillman, Gosman, and Miley in the 3 games against Texas. Andrew Kashner will start. They haven't named their middle starter. Martin Perez will be in game 3.
Really? Yeah, I thought we might get Hamels. Darvish is pitching today. Hamels pitched yesterday, 1, even though he gave up 4 runs against the Marlins. But
Dylan Bundy being skipped, as his normal day would have been tomorrow, the day off. They want to give him the extra rest. He will pitch again on August 1st. That'll be Dylan Bundy's next start.
Yeah, so trying to monitor the rest in innings. Even though I'm not sure he's really on page with that, but that's what's going to happen.
Puts that one in for a strike to Smith. 2-1. Dylan would just as soon go out every day and start.
Well, he wants to get back out there as quickly as he can because he's not happy. I mean, 2 3-run home runs. And of course, you know, he's as good a self-evaluator. Don't let anybody know how you throw the ball, though. Like that.
That ball is fouled off outside of first. So after 2-0, Cobb comes back on him. He gets a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Seth.
Yeah, it's funny how everybody. I mean, if you went to Alex Cobb, even though he helped Ellickson, it looks like Correa's got a little bit of his split-fingered grip. You're always wondering, hey, how do you do it? You know, what makes you have the ability to throw your curveball with that kind of spin rate? You know, it's almost 2,750, which is up there with some of the best.
2-2 delivery by Cobb will be lined to left field. That one is headed to the corner, and that's going to take a hop off that short wall. Chased down by Dickerson. Smith goes into second base. He gets the opposite field double with one away here in the 5th inning.
Well, you talked about what he's been able to add to this club. He struck out 4 curveballs. The 4th one the first time up was perfect down and in. Watch this one. This is going to hang up and away. And he goes, nope. And again, this is his ability. Drive the ball the other way. Yeah, he can hit the low ball, but as a left-handed hitter, one of the better high ball hitters you're going to see. And he takes advantage of that hanging hook.
So the Orioles get a chance to add a run. And Caleb Joseph coming to the plate. This will be their first chance with a runner in scoring position. They're 4 for 17 in the first 2 games in these situations against Tampa Bay. Caleb had a base hit. First time up, shift on against him. Beckham right behind Smith at second base. There won't be a big lead taken. You see Beckham more than 3 steps away. Caleb and then Tejada. Orioles have their 3rd hit of the ball game, out hitting the Rays 3-1, leading at 1-0. 1 down. Joseph goes after one.
Yeah, he sees the fastball and the eyes get big.
Caleb, of course, has been on a good tear for the Orioles. 375 with a home run in the month of July, his best month offensively.
Well, Gary, what they do is they play him the pull on the ground, but they play him short and center and right. Again, his power. Not that he hit a home run in Baltimore to right field, but his power is down and in to the pull side.
A 1 delivery to him fouled off. Went a little bit too low to pick up. And Cobb gets ahead of him 0-2. Pitching duel in this one, and we saw that in the first game that the Orioles won 5-0 as Snell and Gosman matched up well. The Orioles broke it open in the 8th inning. The 2 starters had outstanding games in game 1.
Yeah, home run so prevalent. I mean, last night it was a 3-run shot. Today it's been the solo shot by Scope. So you're not used to pitching duels. You got one going on here.
0-2 count. Dobbs delivered to Caleb. The ground ball to third. And the runner's going. Nobody's got third base. And the out's recorded at first. So Smith saw that he was going to be able to get by Longoria. Even though the ball was in front of him, he had third base open. So he took it. 2 down.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. I mean, obviously a great read. But you almost have to be going. You usually don't go a ball to your right if you're on second base. You want to go to the one to your left. But again, off the fist, he gets the fastball in on him, so it's not hit that hard. So right here, I mean, right there, he just sees it. So he waits, delays, so there's no play at second because you are in scoring position.
Yeah, he wasn't going to go initially.
Well, I mean, and you're going, well, why would he even risk that? I don't think, he saw it so well, it wasn't a risk. But what you do with the splitter in the dirt, the curveball, you're 90 feet closer to scoring. In a wild pitch, you could score.
2 down, runner at third. Tejada will put it up in the air to right field. Souza's going back. And he puts it away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. The Scope home run, the only run on the board. great. Sleep through anything.
Yeah.
Jimenez not sleeping in this one. He's given up one hit. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Orioles have the 1-0 lead. Check swing and a pitch away. Steven Souza Jr. called out on strikes his first time up. Jimenez has walked one and struck out 6. Including 4 in a row in the 3rd and 4th innings. That pitch is going to be taken down low. He will fall behind on Souza Jr. There's not been a leadoff batter on either side on yet in this ball game. 2-0 pitch to Souza. He takes that away, 3-0.
Well, what Alex Cobb has done with only the solo home run is put his team in a position where all they have to do is have a multi-run inning, and they're going to take the lead, and that's what you try to do. Try to keep your team thinking they still have a chance to win. And
he's taking.
Strike. Yep.
1-0 ball game, very much up for grabs.
So all 20 home runs against right-handed pitchers this year for Steven Souza Jr. Career high a couple years ago at 17, his first year with the Rays.
3-1 is foul back. Talked about the Rays and all the strikeouts. They had their lowest strikeout number last night against the Orioles. They struck out only 4 times in the ball game. They have already struck out 6 in this one. Kevin Cash has had the all or nothing offense, which more times than not has been all, to lead to a 52-49 record. 3-2 pitch on the way, and he'll walk him. No, he got him at the knees. He's out of there, and that's strikeout number 7.
Yeah, well, he's trying to work the home plate umpire Andy Fletcher, because I mean, this is back-to-back times, the first on 3 straight pitches, that he takes a ball right down the middle of the plate. And he's hoping Fletcher, and you can take a look right here, that got the kneecaps. So he's going to try to go, I'll go down to first. Nope, make a right turn back to the bench.
So another leadoff man retired. Brad Miller grounded out his first time up, takes a wild cut in the off-speed delivery. It was up and away, and a 1-strike count on Miller. Inez shows bunt, comes inside to him. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, it's the type of game where, again, if you can do that, it'll bring in Manny a step or two at third base. But you'd love to get a guy on. You got home run bat behind you. And Wilson Ramos, not a lot of at bats this year, coming off the knee surgery, but
1-1 pitch will be down low.
Those are the things that Buck Showalter always talks about, players pitching. As a starting pitcher, you want to feel and make your teammates engaged. If they have a chance with a play, a base running play, a hit here or there, it's going to win the game.
Shattered bat, popped it up, shallow center. Right behind second it comes, and that'll be hauled in by Tejada, and there are 2 away. Fans, remember, anytime the O's score 4 runs or more, you win free McDonald's Chicken McNuggets. Download McDonald's app today, available at Baltimore area McDonald's. 1-0 lead for the Orioles here at the Trop. And so far for Jimenez, an outstanding 1-hit performance. Ramos coming up. He was called out on strikes his first time up. 2 down in the 5th inning. Goes after the first pitch that was up and fouls it right straight back. With a home run picked up by Jonathan Scope in the ball game. Rays pitchers continue to surrender home runs. They've given up at least 1 in 12 consecutive games. It's the longest such streak for them since 2013. The Orioles have hit 1 in at least 10. That's a fair ball. Right over the bag into the corner. Rebound will go to the wall. Mancini over to get it. They got a chance at second. Here's the throw offline. And Ramos chugs in literally with a double.
Yeah, he's a big guy at 245, but coming off again the ACL tear. So certainly never fleet of foot. But he's got a splitter and he's so strong, he just dropped the bat head on it. And then he shoots it right down into the corner. And you can see Hunter Wendelstedt trying to get out of the way and also call it fair. So there's your tying run.
The other hit, a single by Longoria in the first inning. So Beckham with 2 down and try and bring him home. Beckham flying out to center field his first time up. For Beckham, 263 with runners in scoring position. Rays have gone 3 for 14 in these situations against the Orioles through the first 2 games.
Yeah, they had an 0 for what on Monday night? 0 for 7, so much better last night. Well, fastball hitter.
And as delivers to him, and it's foul back.
Or that pitch right there, the hanger. What he hit off Bundy in Baltimore for one of his 2 home runs earlier in the season.
Beckham wanted a piece of that, but he could not catch up to it. That's what happens when you're struggling. As he's had, as we said, 2 for 23 now.
Well, you'd like to, you know, with a young hitter like this, get to the point where you don't have to throw him a strike. And how do you do that? You do exactly what you just did. Throw enough strikes to get him out with balls. Can't do that if you get behind him.
Gets ahead of Beckham, an 0-2 count. Beckham had not had a home run since July 4, prior to the one he got in the ball game last night. He's having his best power hitting year in his career. Runner on at second. Ramos, but a 2-strike count on Beckham, and he'll take it outside, 1-2. Rays are 13th in the league in these situations, sitting at .238. Baldo not worried about Ramos at second base. They'll let him wander off a little bit lead wise. 1-2 delivery is popped up in the air to right. Seth Smith drifts back, and he will put it away. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. So he protects the Orioles' 1-0 lead. Astros Dodgers have won at least 67 of the first 100 last season. Multiple teams had that many wins through 100. It was 1954. The Astros 599 runs, 100 games, second most runs scored in the first 100 games over the last 15 years. And the Dodgers are the first team in Major League Baseball with 70 wins. The last time they got there was 77. They reached the World Series and lost to New York in 6 games.
Yeah, back-to-back World Series losses to the New York Yankees.
Cobb has walked 1. He has struck out 5. He will work to the top of the order. Adam Jones stands in, having grounded out, lined out. Adam with a 5 for 12 now in this series, hitting .319 against the Rays coming into this ball game this season, and has had 3 home runs as part of those numbers.
Yeah, he got the Orioles off to a 1-0 lead off the home run off of Snell. Pulled it down the left field line on Monday night.
He'll take the pitch inside for a ball.
Yeah, the great thing about the splitter, if you don't hang it, and that's what Scope hit out, is that it changes speeds. It also becomes a pitch that usually is a ground ball pitch if you do make contact. If you don't, it's a strikeout pitch.
Jones waiting on the 1-0. That one's going to bounce as well.
So again, there's back-to-back splitters. He's going, oh, I didn't want to do that. So again, he may not get a fastball, but Adam could look for one here because he can give him strike one, even strike two.
Shift on in the infield against Jones. He'll take the pitch outside for a ball. So Adam had to work in the count. 3-0. Orioles would love to get a leadoff man on here and try and add to this 1-0 lead. 18 walks for Adam this year, 77 Ks. 3-0 pitch taking all the way, and Cobb just laid that one in there for a strike. It'll go to 3-1. Adam has really taken to this leadoff spot. He's done exceedingly well getting on base. Part of that 8-game hit streak, all coming out of this #1 slot in the lineup. 3-1 delivery to him. That'll be in the air to right center field. Center fielder Smith. They put it away. Adam is retired. 1 down. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50, supporting the American Diabetes Association. 258 walks, $12,900. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Manny up, called out on strikes, and he has grounded out. 3 for 22 against Cobb. 2 of the 3 have been home runs. Orioles continue to try and add to their real good record against the American League East. 27-21. Pitch way outside. Cobb's thrown 3 of those here in this inning. They haven't even been close to anything.
Yeah, the body language tell you not real happy. I mean, just kind of over rotates. It's not easy to do, miss your catcher. Chris Tillman does it from time to time, and you go, hey, Chris, what does it feel like? He goes, I can't tell you, or I wouldn't be doing it.
That's right. 1-0 delivery, comes back with a pitch on the inside corner to Manning. Rubber matchup as the Orioles and Rays meet here in this noontime game. And Cobb and Jimenez have been the stories. Pitch inside again, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Well, it's kind of goes. You kind of go back to 2009 and 10 when they had Price and James Shields and Garza and things like that, and you'd come down here and, well, you knew if you're going to win, it's going to be 1-0, 2-1, 3-2.
And Manny down on his knees on that one.
And he fouled it right off somewhere in the lower extremity. Probably the front toe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe the back of the ankle. I think he's got protection on the front part of that, but not on the back. Where that, hard to tell if he has it on or not with the pants that long, but usually I guess if you have it on, you'd put it over it.
I would think so.
Yeah.
It hurt. 2-ball 2-strike count, so Manny will attempt to regroup, stand back in. And Cobb with a 2-ball 2-strike count on him. Outfield shaded to left on Machado. Pitch will be up high. Seeing if he might chase. The count goes to 3-2. Orioles come in 6 games behind the Red Sox for the division lead. They are 4.5 games out in the wild card race for the second spot. 3-2 pitch. Manny to the hole, and he's got a base hit. So Machado comes through with a single. Orioles with 1 on and 1 out here in the 6th inning. Have you checked out MASN All Access yet? You can follow MASN Orioles on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat for player Q&As, series previews, and much more. Don't miss a moment of it. All access MASN Orioles social media.
That's a lot of choices there.
There is. Pick your favorite. Snapchat, I'm sure. That'll bring up Jonathan Scope. His 22nd home run came in the 4th inning, and he is flied out.
Young man, your certitude is something. I mean, I love it.
I do too. Love Snapchat. I'm sure someday I'll find out what it is. 1 down with a runner on at first base, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Snapchat to me as the guy walks up, says, hey, I want to talk to you, and you say no. That's Snapchat.
Man, I'm going to have to look. That's the Thorn Dictionary
of new technology.
Yeah, and new terms. the terminology of Gary.
Learned that from Apple. 0-1 count. That was the guy who came up to me. Here's the 0-1 delivery and a grounder, not hit hard to short. Back flip, and they get the out. Echeverria out of the glove to Beckham, and Beckham was kind of surprised at it, but he was able to hang on to it. Schoop hits into the double play. Watch the flip right here. Oh, Beckham almost took that bare-handed. No runs, one hit, nobody left on.
First and third, Morrison with a double play, so Ubaldo gets out of the first inning, and then Jonathan Schoop, fourth inning. 22nd home run, blast one to center field off Alex Cobb, the only run he's given up. And there it is, 1-0 Orioles. The Rays, they're looking for some runs, not only there, but on the field. Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. So Ubaldo Jimenez in the 6th inning, first pitch swinging. And Manny Machado will throw out Echeverria. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Pretty timely there.
That'll keep that pitch count down for Ubaldo Jimenez. 0 for 2 for Echeverria. Bring up Smith. Leadoff batter. He has grounded out and struck out.
Yeah, and again, a decision for Buck Showalter with the off day tomorrow. Rested bullpen to pretty much a degree. Is all hands on deck. You'll match up as the game goes on. You look at numbers and all whatever, but Ubaldo, outstanding.
And inside, yep, another one of those you just never know. Starts by Ubaldo.
Well, the thing is, I think, again, I mean, if you're Kevin Cash, you're hoping that Smith gets on because they've stolen 14 out of 18 attempts. He's going to be running if he gets on, and Ubaldo knows that.
Pitch will be taken down low.
But you've also seen, you go back to Monday night, I didn't realize he's hit 2 home runs, but he hit a ball about 410 feet to the opposite field for a triple. Now, they wouldn't score. It was 1-0 at the time. The Orioles had that lead in that ball game.
2-0 delivery to Smith, and the pitch is taken inside. That's when Tampa Bay in that ball game could not find a key hit when they had the 0 for 7, and then did find key hits with a 3 for 7 and runners in scoring position in the ball game last night. 3-0 delivery on the way to him. He takes it, and he is on. That's the second walk surrendered by Jimenez. This one comes with 1 away.
Yeah, Andy Fletcher, I think, missed that ball.
Orioles will take on the Oakland A's. 3-game series, August 21 through the 23rd. On Wednesday, August 23rd, it's Senior Day. Start time is 3:05. All fans 55 and over eligible to purchase a special ticket package featuring the Orioles Super Plush Throw Blanket. For tickets, Orioles.com/seniors or 888-848-BIRD.
Yeah, Smith putting on the probably the hand protection.
Corey Dickerson coming up Well, they get struck out and drawn a walk.
Excuse me, but they get what they want because they get speed. You know, if you're going to throw the splitter or the slow curveball, Smith will easily steal second base, and you know, that's your, you know, you get the potential to go ahead, run at the plate, and you have speed, time, run at first.
Good lead over there in the throw over. Base stealers, that big 14 out of 18 against Ubaldo.
Yeah, it's 26 out of 20 last year.
Caleb has thrown out 21% of base stealers, but in fairness to Caleb, one of the reasons is he's catching Ubaldo.
Yeah.
One down.
So how do you try to control the running game? Number one, you keep Smith off. Well, that didn't happen. So now you got to hold the ball a little bit. Again, he's still a young base runner, but he's stolen 15 out of 19. So again, you know, a lot of, we talked about the fact that he stole over 80 in the minor leagues. A lot of times that doesn't translate to the big leagues because they do a better job of holding him. I'm not sure if that's the case here. So hold it, pitch out, throw over, slide step. But then again, and there's your StatCats lead.
Brought to you by Chevy Silverado at your Baltimore area Chevy dealers. Pitch out and not going on that one.
But again, it's such a difficult situation for Ubaldo. He's pitching his rear end off. But again, you're a couple hitters away, and we saw it yesterday in a 5-run second inning of having a big inning. So you cannot let the guy on first, because he's only the tying run, dictate having a big inning by getting behind guys and home run power at the plate.
Big cut on the sinker that went down, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Little chat. Baldelli, first base coach, talking with Smith, if only to gain the Orioles' attention, whether or not he might be going or not on a 1-1 count. Tejada will be covering the bag, the shortstop, in the shift, as he's the closest one to second base. Smith increases the lead, not going. That'll be fouled away. And the ball will get ahead of him 1-2.
Yeah, and you can see Dickerson actually looks like he's trying to take a shot to left, which is not a bad idea considering nobody playing over there, especially in the infield.
Not had a hit in his last 12 at bats, so anything to get on here and get this runner moved up. Tampa Bay has not done a good job in this series of moving runners.
I think the question is here, do you pitch out again?
1-2. Jimenez holding, runner not going, and another one foul back. Well located, again down and away. So he'll hold it at 1-2.
Yeah, so I mean, he's really not getting that big a lead, even though he's certainly the capabilities of running. You know, a lot of times, if you don't have the shift on, you'll actually, until you get 2 outs, left-hander have the hole, so you don't want him to steal. But Jonathan Schoop is playing in the hole. So there is no hole in the right field on the ground.
1-2.
And there's the hole
back again.
You're just hoping that, again, I mean, the longer you hold the ball, maybe you get some tension from the runner. A lot of times hitters at home plate will ask for timeout.
One-two, runner not going, and he swings and misses, foul tipped into the mitt, and there is strikeout number 8.
Yeah, Smith fakes on going, and again the 1-2 count really puts Ubaldo in the driver's seat right there, and he just throws a fastball. Now again, it doesn't have great velocity, but Dickerson's been struggling. Came in 0 for 11, and he just doesn't catch up with it. Trying to just flick it somewhere.
Big strikeout. Now there are 2 down, and here's Longoria. He has a base hit. He too has struck out in the ball game. One of the 8 for Jimenez. Smith not going, and the pitch was a little bit up high, maybe away. Longoria with a 1 for 2 in this game, 6 for 21 off Jimenez.
So you can see, because of the speed factor, the velocity's dropped because he's got to hurry. He's got so many things going in his windup. Trying to slide step, maybe get the ball to home plate a little bit quicker.
Delayed steal was underway that time. Foul ball coming back and out of play. So that time he started, stopped, and went again. Smith on a semi-delayed steal from first base.
Gary, very surprised he has not tried in about 7-8 pitches to steal second with his speed. You would think that would be one of the things when you're getting shut out that maybe would change the offense into your favor.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Longoria. Runner not going. Longoria will. That's out of here. Way back and goodbye home run. Evan Longoria gives the Rays a 2-1 lead.
Well, 110 miles per hour off the bat. 36 home runs last year, number 15 here in 2017. And it's just ball streams out of here. You can see the glove. I mean, really gets it to the target. But boy, he's always had a quick bat, great fastball hitter, and he doesn't miss that pitch.
61 RBIs for Evan Longoria, and it comes with 2 down as the walk to Smith proves costly here in the 6th inning. 23rd home run hit off Jimenez this year, and for Longoria that's the 2nd career home run he has had against Jimenez. He's hit a lot of them against the Orioles. His 38th career home run against the O's, and Tampa Bay goes on top 2-1 on just their 3rd hit of the game. And a swing and a miss by Morrison, who was 0 for 2. Darren O'Day in the pen. Longoria, 3 home runs this year. 3 of those 38 career home runs he's hit this season against the Orioles. That one good enough for at least for the moment, go ahead lead. Morrison 0 for his last 14. He'll take the pitch outside, and a 2-ball 1 strike count. And thus you see the offense of the Rays.
Yep.
This is how they get it done. Using the long ball. Shift on here against Morrison. Scope out there in shallow right field. 2-1 delivery to him, and that'll be fouled off. So 2 runs, 3 hits for the Rays. A run on 4 hits for the Orioles. Not find that 3rd out in time here in the 6th inning. 2-2. And underneath the back foot. Full count, 3-2.
Yeah, because of the pitch count on the scoreboard, you know, if a day is ready with Souza with 20 home runs all against right-handers, this may be a Baldo's last hitter. Off day tomorrow. Go down to Texas. We got a rested bullpen. Just scoreboard dictates you got to probably make a move if you don't get him out.
3-2 delivery on the way to Logan Morrison. He'll go after it, foul it off. For Evan Longoria, the 38th home run against the Orioles. It is the most that he has had against any team in his career. He's had 34 against the Yankees, now 38 against the Orioles. And 37 of the 38 have come while playing third base. No other third baseman has hit more home runs against the Orioles than Evan Longoria ever. 3-2 pitch on the way, and he gets him on the off-speed delivery. So Jimenez gets his 9th strikeout, but Longoria gets the home run with Smith on in front of him. Take a 2-1 lead. Our Mazda do-ups, Davis, Trumbo, and Mancini. University College presents it. 1933, everybody knows DiMaggio had the big 56-game hit streak in the majors, but did you know he had a 61-game hit streak in the Pacific Coast League? And it ended in 1933. Oakland Oaks, San Francisco Seals 19-year-old outfielder set a new minor league record. Jack Ness held the old one, 1914, when he had a streak of 49. DiMaggio 61. And in 1980, our own Steve Stone. Top Mike Caldwell and the Brewers 4-1 for his 14th straight win in 1980.
On his way to a Cy Young Award win, 25-7 that year.
Buck over to Ubaldo. That'll be it for Jimenez, and one tough pitch to Longoria.
Well, that and the leadoff walk, and we always talk about it. Sometimes it's the walk, sometimes it's what happens afterwards, and that was the 2-run home run. And Alex Cobb has put him in a position where that was the big blow.
Cobb has given up the 1 run on 4 hits. Each team has left 2 on base. We go to the 7th inning, and Chris Davis. This goes after it down to first. That is a fair ball. Right on the line was Morrison, so 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th. Lock in your Birdland summer. Reserve your seats for upcoming promotions, including a 25th anniversary Oriole Park replica ballpark. Orioles cap presented by DAP. An Orioles hooded sweatshirt and more. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Tommy Hunter in the bullpen.
Yeah, came in last night. Eventually would get a hold. 5-2, 5-4, and then Colomé would come in for the save. Well, what Cobb has done, other than the hang-in splitter that Scope hit over the center field fence, is that he's used the aggression of the Orioles by commanding his pitching. And you saw it right there to Chris Davis. A splitter was a pitcher's pitch. Chris coming off a couple of days, not feeling well, swings at it. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that's what they're looking for. They need 8 outs now to maintain this lead. Now, whether they'll get it, we'll see. But that's what you're shooting for.
Trumbo has struck out, and he has hit into a fielder's choice. One of the worst things that can happen to the Rays is to get a lead. 1-0 delivery on the way, swung on and missed. Somewhat facetious, but not much. The Rays have had a lead in 82% of their games this year. 3rd highest rate in baseball behind Houston and Milwaukee. They have blown a lead in 31 of those games they have lost. And that also is a high for baseball. 1-1 delivery on the way, which tells you something about how the bullpen has not gotten it done for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, and then you got a starting pitcher. I mean, they came in with the 2nd best starting ERA in the American League, and you're seeing why. I mean, Cobb is just saying, okay, hey, you want to swing at my pitches that are strikes to balls early in the count? Davis did it. Trumbo's done it on the first 2 pitches. That's what I'm going to keep doing.
No reason to believe he'll throw a strike here.
No.
1 ball, 2 strike count on Mark. And it's outside doing. Trumbo to be followed by Trey Mancini.
So that was almost like, okay, there's a fastball, the hardest one he's thrown at 93, and now I'll either throw you the splitter or the big overhand curveball, which he's kind of gotten away from, but it was awfully good early.
And Cobb with a 2-2 delivery. Trumbo ground that one off the end of the bat. Logan Morrison, the flip, and the coverage by Cobb for out number 2. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Ocean City. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City. Book now at OCOcean.com. 2 away in the 7th, and Trey Mancini. Orioles just now in the underside of a 1-run ball game, which it has been throughout. They had the lead on the Scope home run in the 4th. Longoria's home run, good for 2 in the 6th. Flips it over. 2 down, nobody on. Trey Mancini has struck out, and he has grounded out. Mancini is like hitting in this ballpark. 3 home runs here this year here at the Trop, and a 389 average. 1-0 delivery by Cobb, and that's going to be in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. This rubber match and a great pitching duel. Both teams have had to use the long ball to get on the board. 1-1 delivery. Mancini going for one himself. 1-2.
Yeah, back-to-back hooks. Yeah, we always talk about, well, this guy's got 3 pitches, this guy's got 4 pitches, but if you have more than 1, and he's got 3 today, and you can command them, Tough to give up runs or get runs.
Here's the 1-2 delivered to Mancini, and he'll go down swinging. That is strikeout number 6 for Cobb. 7th inning stretch time. He sets him down in order. The Hyundai Summer Clearance Event is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Will not get the win. Really pitched well. You know, he got in a little bit of trouble early. Retired after the double play in the first off the bat of Logan Morrison. 12 in a row, then a walk, then a home run. 1-0 became 2-1, and Darren O'Day will come on for the Orioles trailing by 1 to keep it right there. So again, you know, the higher ERA. He's had a couple of big innings. Also on the DL with some shoulder problems. Seems to be a thing in the past. So you'd like to stay just 1 run down getting into the late innings here.
Souza 2 for 9 off O'Day with a home run against him. Darren starts work here in the 7th inning, and he went around on a strike. For Jimenez, the 9 strikeouts, that's a season high for Jimenez, and issued only a couple of walks. Finds himself leaving down 2-1. Souza will be followed by Miller and Ramos. O'Day will come inside to him. Darren O'Day against the Rays this year. This is outing number 7. He's given up 3 runs, 2 hits. Has pitched to a 4.05 ERA this year against the Rays. 6 2/3 innings. Darren has had a lot of outings against him. That one's out of here. I mean, he just ripped into it way back, and goodbye, home run.
I think that got one of the rings.
That is Souza's leadoff homer.
Well, that's the 21st home run in all of them. All 21 against right-handed pitchers. So you match up, and sometimes, and Buck Showalter, he always talks about this. Hit one out of Oakland, 113 miles per hour off the bat. This is 112. Right down the middle. And Darren not even going to watch it. At least not initially. I mean, you just know if you're pitching. That ball was just killed.
So, in Longoria, who have had the home runs in the ball game, and it is 3-1 in favor of the Rays as O'Day surrenders the long ball to the first batter face. Souza gets his 3rd against the Orioles this season and has 6 RBIs against the O's this year. Each team now with 4 hits. Brad Miller will take the pitch away. He has popped out and grounded out. That hit the D ring here, which under the ground rules is a home run. That would have been towards the upper deck.
Heading that way.
2-0 count. Brad Miller, left-handed hitter, will take it away, and O'Day will fall behind him 3-0.
So there is one of the.
That's the one that's furthest out.
Right here.
Wow.
All the way there.
That's a long way. And up in the air, he just clouded that thing. 3-0 count. And not even close.
Yeah,
after the home run, 4 out of the strike zone.
You know, Souza comes to the plate. You bring in a guy to match up, and pitch count around 100 for Ubaldo, but Souza couldn't. 2 of the 9 strikeouts by Ubaldo today. Just could not pick him up, and then he gets a pitch to hit and doesn't miss it.
Ramos has a double, and he is struck out. He is 0 for 5 against O'Day. Ramos, the catcher, with nobody out and a runner on at first base.
Yeah, big article in the paper with all the teams that, everybody talking about, are you a buyer or a seller? I mean, is Cobb, it's going to be his last start for the Rays because they got a tough schedule or whatever. But I look at this roster, and you look, Ramos didn't play early. Now he's back. They're going to get Kiermaier back. They got Sergio Romo from the Giants. Or I mean from the Dodgers. He used to be with the Giants. Frank Duffy may come back. So they're going to get a lot. Daniel Robertson hasn't played. They said they need a right-handed bat. Well, he provides that even though he's a young player. So internally they can get better just by getting guys healthy.
0-1 delivery, swung out and missed as O'Day kept it down. Darren has had his problems against this Rays team over his career. 62nd game. He is 3-3. 2 out of 7 in save opportunities against the Rays. 0-2 count on Ramos. Not a base runner stealing wise. Miller at first base. Reaching, that'll go to short. Now will make the flip. Scope with a lot of time turns the double play. So a 6-4, 3-2 down. That'll clear the bases. 2 away here in the 7th inning. MLB.com at BAT, your #1 mobile app for live Orioles baseball. You can be connected with a fully customizable experience. Home screen icons, app features include game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, and more. Download MLB.com at BAT today. 2 away, 7th inning, bases empty. Home run Souza leading it off. 3-1 Rays. Here is Beckham. He has flied out twice, right and center. And Beckham, a couple of hits, 9 at bats in the series, including a home run. Gage delivered to him, base hit into right field. Well, Beckham picking things up a little bit in this series.
Well, that 3-run home run last night, monumental. And right there, the approach. Darren O'Day is about command. I mean, about deception, because you don't see too many guys with that kind of release point. But again, the slider was in the middle of the plate to Souza. That fastball was up, and that's not where he wants to live.
Roger McDowell will make his way out to the mound to have a word with O'Day. Mitchell Maria coming to the plate is 0 for 2.
It looks like the Orioles are going to get somebody up in their bullpen. Richard Blyer's up throwing.
Left-hander. Brief discussion for Roger with him. 5 hits now. Rays out hitting the Orioles 5-4.
And they have action in their bullpen. This is exactly the score that Cobb had in his last game, but all the way into the 9th inning. Tommy Hunter up for the 2nd time. Saw him last night. He had so the Orioles scored a couple of runs. 12 consecutive scoreless outings.
Echeverria with a strikeout and a ground ball out. 2 down. The infield will play back. Beckham on at first base, struck to go, and he was, and he just gets back into the bag. He had started the lean towards second base. Try and pick up stolen base, 5 out of 8. So Beckham's speed will cause some concerns here, trying to keep a runner out of scoring position. not going, and a swing and a miss on a riser at 88. 1-1.
Yeah, he can sink it, he can rise it, but again, if it's in the middle of the plate, that usually means it doesn't have a lot of movement. And for any pitcher, Chris Darren's not overpowering. It usually doesn't matter because it's always doing something. Either moving from the middle of the plate to the corners or swerving away from the right-handers.
Taveria will fight off one right there and foul it back. So O'Day will get ahead of him 0-2. No attempt to go by Beckham at first base on that last pitch. That first throw over got him thinking a little bit, and he shut down the lead by about a step. 5 home runs surrendered by O'Day this year in the 35 innings pitched. With the 1 to Souza leading off this inning. Echeverria waiting on the 0-2. And another throw over. Little bigger lead over there. There he goes. 0-2. Tried to put it behind him into right field. Fouls it off in that direction, but not in play. So that'll bring Beckham back to first base. Pretty good jump. And the count will stay at 2 strikes on Echeverria.
Yeah, he didn't pick up the ball at all. He didn't know if it was fouled off or not. It usually indicates straight steal. But at some point, even the base stealers will take some look in most cases.
0-2 remains. There are 2 down. Runner not going, and the pitch will be away and up. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Top of the order, Smith waiting if the Rays can keep this going. They did not get on the board till the 6th. They've had a home run each of the last 2 innings. Longoria's 15th coming off Jimenez, and then Souza's off O'Day. Orioles won by Jonathan Scope for their only run. And a swing and a miss. So O'Day will get him, but the home run by Souza, run on 2 hits, Rays up 3-1. Earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Well, everybody's kind of wondering, especially Ubaldo, how's he going to pitch today after giving up 9 runs his last time against the Rays? Well, he was terrific. Really only a walk and a home run. But again, his team only got 1 run. Cobb's a little bit better, but strikeouts, 9 of them, season high. Used all his pitches. There's a fastball right on the corner. Another one. Shoots it down right there. That's right before the home run by Longoria. So pitched very well, and as we mentioned, Alex Cobb just a little bit better. Now a pitching change brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. So Alex Cobb, you know, his back-to-back games, he gave up 3 runs in 8 innings in his last game, 2 of them in the 9th. So today they go to the bullpen. Tommy Hunter comes on. 22 pitches last night, where he gave up in 2/3 of an inning, a hit, a run, but I think the thing that bothered him most, Gary, the 2 walks.
Seth Smith has had great numbers against him. Faced him last night. He's 5 for 8 with a home run. Lifetime off Tommy Hunter. Orioles get Smith, Joseph, and Tejada. And the first pitch by Hunter is in there for a strike. For Cobb, with a chance to win his 9th, it is the 7th start he's had this year in which he has given up 1 or no runs in the ballgame. ERA coming in at home 2.72 was 6th best in the American League, and he lowered that with the 7-inning performance he had today. There you see Zach getting ready in the bullpen. You want to get him on the mound one way or the other in this game. Smith has had a double and he struck out. Hunter's delivery to him will be a slider that'll come inside. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, the stuff from Tommy was electric last night. The command, a whole different story. I mean, he was throwing 98, 99, hard cutter, threw some curveballs.
Smith drew one of the 2 walks surrendered by Hunter in the relief appearance last night. 2-1 delivery on the way. Chops it foul off his lower extremity. And it evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He'll take a little walk to feel better. One plate umpire will kick some stuff off the field and let him do it. 2-2. Former Oriole Torrey Hunter coming in as a non-roster invitee this spring, making the ball club, and he's made a tremendous difference and helped the bullpen that has needed help this season. Tommy's been a go-to guy for Kevin Cash. Rays bullpen ranked 12th in ERA. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Smith feeling maybe a little better. Stands back in. Hunter's delivery to him. That's in the air to right field. That's headed to the corner. Short porch. And it's going to be right in that triangle. Played on a hop by Souza. And that's what the Orioles needed. Smith goes limp again to second base with a leadoff double.
Now a little cut fastball, and then Souza. It takes a bad route to the ball. The ball's probably catchable. Not an easy catch. He thinks it's going to be in the corner. And it's going to go over his head. So there's the pull. He's got to go a long way. But look at this. He's going to the corner and the ball's the other way. If he takes a better line, that's an out, even though it was hit very well. So the Orioles, certainly 2 runs down, will take it.
So the Orioles are going to get the potential tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning in the person of Caleb Joseph. Souza, that ball had to take a hop to get to the wall, so it was on the warning track and a chance to catch it. See what the Orioles can do with it, as a single by Joseph in the 3rd inning. Ended up being part of a double play. Grounded out his last time up. Caleb 0 for 1, the only time he has faced Tommy Hunter. Hunter will deliver down low for a ball.
Yeah, that's the 2-seam fastball. I mean, that's pretty much what he's averaged all year long in 96. About 3 years ago when he was with the Orioles, that's the pitch that Dom Chidi suggested. And that's a swerve. You got 96, 87 last night, couldn't control it.
Tommy has been hit hard by the Orioles, 19 in the 3rd. His former team's got 10 runs on 17 hits against him in 19 innings. All in relief for it, but Hunter does have a 2-0 mark against the Orioles. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Delivery on the way will be in their first strike. He'll get ahead of Caleb Joseph, 1-2. So again, the Orioles trying to mount the late comeback. They did it in the ball game last night. Fell just 1 run shy as they got a couple of runs in the 8th inning to make it a 5-4 ball game. And this is where the Tampa Bay team tends to have their claws in the chalkboard. And the pitch will miss. 97.
Yeah, 97, trying to hit the outside corner. And there's the lefty Adam Kolarek, and You know, lefties are 3 for 9, so he's up just because if you pitch hit for Tejada, who's on deck with Kim or somebody like that, but it may be one of the better matchup.
Leadoff man at second base, Smith. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Caleb, and a swing and a miss on a 95 fastball.
Yeah, that's the cutter, and it's a hard one. Just a little extra movement.
First out of the 8th inning.
And there it is. You're trying to catch up with it. And again, Wilson Ramos, you know, he along with Sucre, for big guys, they really do move well behind the plate. So he moves to the corner, and Tommy hits the glove.
Ruben Tejada coming up. Tejada has hit into a double play, and he has flied out. Smith remains at second base. Orioles down by 2 in the 8th. Smith getting a good lead at second, and a swing and a miss. Pitch down.
Well, you're seeing why Tommy Hunter's been so effective coming into the game, and the ability to strike people out. 27 2/3 innings, more than a strikeout an inning. So the Orioles, even though they get the leadoff double, they don't even get to advance the runner. And you're looking for a run here, even if it gets you to 3-2 as your closer. Alex Colomé gets ready. We saw him last night, came in and able to get a double play to end the game.
Nobody's had a hit with a runner in scoring position today. Haven't been many. Tejada would like to put one up. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Orioles have come back when trailing after 7 to win 4 games. They are 4-47. They've gone to the 8th inning trailing. Tampa Bay, of course, as we said, they have had more blown leads late in games than any other team in the American League. Smith off second base. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Tejada, with Adam Jones waiting on deck. Hunter's delivery to him. That will be a strike in the outside corner. That just caught it. 1-2.
Yeah, because of the fact that a lot of the guys haven't pitched as well as Tommy Hunter, or we saw Colomé. Colomé's got 6 saves of more than 3 outs. That's the most in the American League, because your bullpen's a little bit short. So he's ready just in case, except that, you know, Hunter gets Tejada out, he might stay in there.
1-2. Ruben Tejada will take the pitch away, that time a little further outside. Now we've had some finishes here in the last 2 games. Exciting baseball. This one has been all about the pitching. Cobb a chance to win it, a run on 4 hits over 7. Jimenez on the losing side, but only 2 runs on 3 hits over 6. Now it's up to the bullpen. See what they can do with the rest of this ball game. 2-2 delivery, and Hunter will go full. Tejada not biting on it. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, a lot of work for Tommy Hunter. 22 pitches. 2 days earlier he threw 17. Day before that 14. So again, you get on a roll, you're trying to win games, you're in the wild card race if you're the Rays. Sometimes your bullpen gets a little bit overused.
Full count delivery by Hunter. Tejada will fight that one out. Rays are just 1 game out in the wild card race. Yankees have the top spot. They are just eking ahead of Kansas City, the 2nd wild card team at the moment, and Tampa Bay a game out. That's why this series coming up with Texas, I mean, they all matter, but for the 2 ball clubs trying to decide where they are in the buyer-seller market, the series that's coming up in Texas over the weekend vital for both teams, because the Rangers and the Orioles are both within striking distance in that wild card race. 3 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Tejada puts it in the air to center field. Runner will tag. Smith will get it. Seth Smith will head to third base. Long throw cut off. He'll move up, but Tejada's retired, and there are 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. 2 down, 8th inning. Smith's at third. Adam Jones an 0 for 3. Ground out, line out, fly out. With a big series, he's gone 5 for 13. And now he gets a shot at his former teammate Tommy Hunter against whom he is 1 for 5. Oh, big at bat near in the 8th inning. Outfield deep, everybody straight up defensively. Adam goes the other way, foul. Texas in the wild card race, they are 3.5 games out. Then you got the Angels 4 out and the Orioles 4.5. That ball is in the air to right field. Steven Souza Jr. puts it away. So Hunter comes on, gives up a leadoff double, but the Orioles cannot score. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 3-1 Rays. Tomorrow and then Friday, 3-game set. Texas in Arlington. Chris Tillman against Andrew Kashner. Coverage Masson 2, 7:30. O's Extra presented by Jeep, and the game at 8. All the access you need right here on Masson. That's what the Orioles are looking at. The head-to-head, they've had the 4-0. Certainly have outscored them by more than 2-1. And big batting average difference, home runs. It's been all Orioles.
So Zach Britton comes on, 55 consecutive saves. That's the American League record, broke Tom Gordon's record. And right there you can see, I mean, he had his stuff going, a couple of strikeouts, ground ball, which is what he does so well. And right here.
Borges is the pinch hitter for Smith. Smith drew a walk, scored in the 6th inning on the Longoria home run.
So kind of a tough year, 47 out of 47. I mean, 6 out of 6 in the saves, but hurt the oblique, and not the one in the really in the on the left side, which is unusual. Usually it's your lead side when you hurt an oblique for a pitcher. Then he had the forearm problem or the wrist problem. But again, you know, and then it's taken him a while to get the sinker back, but certainly had it on Sunday against the Astros.
Borges has a 1 for 4, a home run off Zach Britton. He got the start in the ball game last night. Went 0 for 3, drew a walk. Borges on against the left-hander for Smith, who drew that big walk. Only one of 2 surrendered by Jimenez, but that one in the 6th inning would score ahead of Longoria. So he put him up 2-1, and then the home run by Souza in the 7th, 3-1. 0-2 delivery on the way is outside from Zach.
Yeah, that was the pitch, you know, again, when he went through all the rehabs, and he had to do that on, you know, coming out of the oblique problem, and then the wrist problem came back a little bit early, went back down. Is that the command of the arm side, in other words, down and away to righties. So we'll see if he has that pitch in his repertoire.
1-2 delivery on the way. Each appearance for Oriole fans by Zach Britton is the question of, is this the last one? There's no question teams are very interested in him. There is the question of whether the Orioles would cut a deal to let him go. Apparently he is on the market, but it's going to take a big return for a club to get Zach Britton, and it's going right down to the wire.
Well, yeah, I think, again, what are your priorities? If you want to win, if you're another team, you want him, and you hope that he stays healthy, and it appears that's the case. There's 97, so they're looking at that. They're looking at command. But for the Orioles, are you trying to rebuild, or because you got him for another year, but what we're going to be paying him next year? So that probably be in the $14-15 million range.
3 ball, 2 strike count. Borges, the pinch hitter, will ground it to the hole, and he's got a base hit. So Borges is on with a pinch hit single to lead off the 8th inning for the Rays.
Yeah, the minute you go to 3-2, I don't care if you're as good as Zach, you got to throw it a little bit before the middle of the plate. He got the ground ball that he wanted, but found a hole.
Peter Borges 3 for 6 now as a pinch hitter. So the leadoff man on. Tampa Bay will try and add to their 2-run lead. Corey Dickerson coming up. He has struck out twice and drawn a walk, still looking for a hit to get out of the offer. He is 0 for his last 13. And Dickerson 0 for 3 against Zach Britton. Leadoff man on. That's going to be hit number 6.
And has done a nice job, though, as we mentioned earlier, 327 against the lefties.
Borges looking right at the pitcher. Dickerson will take the pitch down low for a ball. Orioles led the middle of the order. Machado, Scope, Davis due up in the 9th inning, so they want to keep this right where it is. 3-6-0 for the Rays, 1-5-0 for the Orioles. Each team has left 3 on base. All of the runs of the game accounted for by home runs. Scope, 4th inning, his 22nd. Longoria, his 15th. Souza, his 21st. Foul back. Runner on the go. Borges will come back. Borges 3 out of 7 stealing bases. That was more of a run and hit situation with the lefty up, trying to get Dickerson to put one into right field with that big hole he's got between first and second. Scope moved over to the bag, and Davis holding it. Britton with a 1-1 delivery. And that's going to miss down low. And a 2-ball 1 strike count on Dickerson. Zach needing the work with the day off tomorrow and not having been able to get into either of the first 2 games. So even though it's obviously not a save situation, get some time in on the mound, and more importantly try and keep the score at 3-1. Dickerson 2-1 delivery to him, and he'll ground it towards second. Scope's going to come to get it. He'll go get the out, and that's all they'll get. 4 out.
Yeah, nice play, and little top spin. There's the even if you get a pitch to hit for Corey Dickerson, you just can't quite center it. He's going to top spin it, and right off the bat, right here, you can see Jonathan just take 1 step back. He's going to get the lead runner, which is important here. And then of course Borges, he's got great speed. There's your lead runner for the first out.
So 1 down. They change places at first. Dickerson there now. And Longoria, the home run, 6th inning. He's had a couple of hits, a single in the first, and he is struck out. A lot of at bats against Zach Britton. He's 5 for 19. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Colome's been ready in the bullpen. Fit the save situation. Britton with 1 down and a 1-0 count. Tampa Bay's trying to even up the season series at 6 apiece if they can win this. 1-0 delivery by Britton taking. He just stood there for the first 2.
Well, yeah, that's the part of the plate he'd like to rediscover after all this time being hurt, and the oblique and the wrist problem. The amazing thing to me, I mean, 47 out of 47 last year, but 140 balls in play, 13 in the air. That's how good the sinker is.
1-1 delivery on the way. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, and I talked to a Dodger scout, Van Scout that's here, and Boxberger, the right-hander, and Colomé closest to us. So in case they get more runs, I imagine Boxberger might come in instead of the closer. But he was surprised how good Zach Britton's breaking ball was against the Astros on Sunday. And just saw it there.
1-2 pitch. That's going to be a base hit left center field. Very late start for Dickerson. He's going to go to third, though. Adam will get it in and hold him to a single, but with one away here in the 8th inning, the Rays have covered the corners on the base hit. 3-hit ball game for Longoria.
Yeah, the home run that put him ahead right here. I mean, he just gets something down and in and just drops the bat head. Adam Jones a couple steps to right center.
So the Rays get to add to their lead potentially. They've gone 0 for 2 these situations today. And Morrison will have to come out of a funk to do it. 0 for 14. 15 now. He's gone 0 for 3 in a ball game.
Well, he had a chance in the first inning and bounced into the double play first and third. So you can see right there. I mean, he's thinking, where are my hands? What do I need to do? He's looking to put a ball in the air. Not always easy against Zach Britton.
Morrison's got an 0 for 5 off Zach. There are your base runners. So Logan Morrison will stand in. Hit number 7. Rays out hitting the Orioles 7-5. And they are the ones putting on the surge here in the late innings today. Runners off first and third. Britton's delivery to him. Checks low for ball. Morrison with outstanding power.
And a career high with those 26 home runs. And yeah, I would imagine if you're an advanced scout, obviously Zach Britton maybe not getting the results to this point, even though you're always with him one pitch away from getting the double play ball.
1-0 delivery, and that going to go to right field for a base hit. That'll score Dickerson. On his way to third is Longoria. Throw will come through, but not in time. So an RBI base hit. Morrison gets out of the funk, and he gives the Rays a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, 97, but instead of down, the ball's up just a little bit, and a nice at bat because he's quick enough to hit it into right field. And because of the fact Chris Davis has to hold him on. So take a look. There's the target. Ball misses the other side of the plate. It's not down. It's up. Good velocity, but not good location. And that's one of the advantages you have with the runner being held on. Hole into right field.
62 RBIs for Morrison on the year. That'll bring up Souza Jr., who delivered the home run, his 21st in the 7th inning. 3 hits in the inning off Zach Britton. Runners remain on at first and third. And then Souza gets a chance for another RBI. Longoria at third base. Morrison at first. And the pitch is there for a strike.
I think the other side of looking about the value of Zach Britton is if your team, number one, is he healthy? It appears that he is. Is he pitching as well as last year? No. But if you're the Orioles, he's still a very valuable chip, whether you trade him now or in the offseason or next year.
That'll be a tapper back to the mound. Chance for 2. He'll go for 1. Relay is not in time, and another run will score. RBI for Souza, his 2nd of the game on the fielder's choice, bringing Longoria home, and it's 5-1.
Yeah, I don't think that I try to get the double play only because the ball's hit so softly. You can't give up another run. If it's a routine comebacker, you go right to second because you're probably going to turn him. But watch this chopper. So right about here, you're going, well, I can't turn him off. I got to actually go home. Obviously no chance of the double play, but I don't think you had it anyway because Souza runs well for a guy his size.
So the Rays increase it now to a 5-1 lead. Big runs here in the 8th inning. Souza getting his 63rd RBI. He takes off. Caleb's throw high, and it'll be a stolen base picked up by Souza. Zach not really looking over there, and then Souza saw that, took advantage of it.
Well, if this was going to be an audition on Broadway, you'd go, as far as being traded, you'd go, right here. Again, you know, Souza hadn't done a lot of running this year because of the hip surgery, but you know, last couple of years, 14, 12 stolen bases.
6 out of 8 this year.
They just go on the first move.
So Brad Miller will get an RBI chance. And Miller will fight it off. Never touched it. Runner will go to third base.
Yeah, and I think
game getting away from the Orioles.
Yeah, it really is. And again, if I'm a band scout, I'm saying, if the guy, I mean, if you know a sinker's coming and you still can't catch it, that tells me the sinker's back. Now, is he having success this inning? Obviously not. Maybe he crossed him up, but and there's Richard Bleier. Just, you know, you're going to need Britton over the weekend, so you don't want the pitch count to get much higher than where it is at 20.
2 runs in here in the 8th. Pass ball charge, moving the runner Souza over to third. And Miller's got an 0-2 count. Delivery to him, and Brad Miller fights one off. Foul ball, took a piece of the glove and mask and everything else for Caleb. 5 runs on 8 hits. They got the 6th inning 2, 1 in the 7th. They've added 2 more here in the 8th. 0-2. Miller's had a walk. He is 0 for 2. Souza 90 away. 0-2 delivery by Britton and a swing and a miss. But damage done. 2 runs in. As they get it done on 3 hits, we'll leave 1 on. We go to the 9th inning. The Orioles trail 5-1. Orioles baseball on Masson, brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Tranquility of a boat and the water. Rays have the 5-1 lead, looking to take the rubber match 2 out of 3. No, it's not a safe situation, so it's not column A.
Yeah, Boxberger comes on. I mean, injury to early on, some abominable problems. He comes back 6 scoreless appearances, and then 2 losses in the series you talked about. Rangers came in here. One of them was on a 2-run home run to Rougned Odor. 4 straight changeups. Hit the 4th one right out of here. Swept it out of here. So again, fastball, you know, 93 to 95. Great changeup. A little bit of a slider. He would lose the game. Odor would tie it up, and then Carlos Gomez would hit a home run on that hanging slider. So a chance to now come in, hold the game. No save situation.
Peter Borges stays in center field. He pinch hit for Smith, who had been there. Manny Machado up a base hit, 1 for 3, 4 for 11 in the series. 5-1, 9th inning. The Orioles are coming into this game 6-1-1 in the last 8 series played here at Tampa Bay. They've had great success here, but the Rays trying to put up a series win. That'll go to short. Echeverria and another. take a look at our Alexis of Towson drive of the game with Jonathan coming up.
Yeah, Alex Cobb, not a lot of mistakes. Here it is right here. Hanging splitter, 22nd home run at the time would give the Orioles a 1-0 lead that would hold up until the Longoria home run.
Our Lexus of Towson drive of the game, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer, 7 straight years. Come see why at LexusofTowson.com. 1 down. Boxberger's delivery is outside for a ball. So Cobb will go 9-6 if the score stays the same. He'll be 5-2 lifetime against the Orioles. Jimenez will take a tough loss, 4-7, and will go 5-4 lifetime against Tampa Bay. The bullpen, Hunter came on for an inning, gave up 1 hit and 1 strikeout. O'Day worked an inning, gave up a run on 2 hits. A home run by Souza came against Aaron O'Day, and Britton working in the 8th inning, a couple of runs on 3 hits charged to him. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Jonathan Scope to be followed by Chris Davis. Jonathan pulls that one foul. These teams, this is game number 12. Tampa Bay will be in Baltimore for another series, and the Orioles' last series of the year will be right here at the Trop. Boxberger's 2-2, and he'll get a K.
Well, there's the 94, and because his changeup, it can be so difficult, you're always in the back of your mind. And then that ball starts somewhere around the inside corner and just keeps running in. Jonathan can't catch up to it.
Well, the Orioles offense held down here to just 1 run in this ball game. Chris Davis 0 for 2 and a walk. Boxberger will get it in there for a strike. Shift on against Chris. Delivery will be hit into that shift for a base hit into right field. So Chris is on with a single. Coming with 2 down here in the 9th inning as the Orioles will pick up their 6th hit of the ball game. Now Mark Trumbo's got to get on to get that next run, potential run to the plate. Moving it along, tough to do with 2 away.
Well, he needs to get on for his own sanity. I mean, he grinds out his at-bats. And
1 hit and 12 at-bats in this series for Mark. The DH. Trumbo takes a bender that's going to be down low. Mark has gone 0 for 2, only 2 at-bats against Boxberger. Here's the 1-0 delivery on the way, inside corner strike.
Yeah, he's always trying to make adjustments. Watching MLB channel, Jim Thomey's talking about the handle of the bat facing the catchers. Well, I tried that. I was 0 for 5. I said, you give it time. And there's the changeup.
Runner goes to second, then we have fielder's choice. Now the Yankees got a 4-1 lead over the Reds there in the 7th. Severino leading the way. Red Sox ready to get underway against Seattle in Seattle.
Well, the Yankees lose Pineda, but the one thing they got CC Sabathia, who's having, he's having a resurrection year coming off the DL after some hamstring problems. So, then how about Todd Frazier? It's his first home run in Yankee Stadium and also hits in a triple play. First time ever.
1-2 delivery, and that's going to be fouled upstairs. It'll stay at 1-2 on Trumbo.
Get traded to the Yankees. He grew up in Toms River, New Jersey, and first time you come to at bat, triple play. Well, not a conventional one, but it counted.
5-1 lead for the Rays. Davis out there at second base. And the 1-2 delivered. This ball game's over. So Boxberger comes on and gets a couple of strikeouts here in the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Rays come away with a 5-1 win. They take 2 out of 3. Cobb is 9-6. Jimenez 4-7.